I don't want to elaborate on.
I think we should start doing our gun podcast on there, Paul.
Problem is like
I told the boys, I said, should we do that? And they're like, no. I was like, come on, man.
But if we're going to have to do it, how soon we're going to do it?
You remember when
no, I have
Forgotten Weapons got banned off of YouTube and they started a channel on Pornhub?
I heard a lot of people did that. Or not a lot.
And then Pornhub dinged them for violating their community standards and removed
There's standards. There's standards.
The Pornhub community standards were violated by the gun guys.
Well, because they're all wearing clothes and stuff. That's probably it.
Yeah, they weren't sticking phalluses up their ass while they were doing gun reviews.
Oh my gosh! So, are we waiting on Joe?
We got Joe coming. We got Brian. Look who it is.
Any minute now, I'll be called
Bikini
to dinner.
Holy shit!
So I'm not here for long.
Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you.
Welcome.
You as well.
Yeah, it's been a dog's age.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Well, thanks.
Like you lost a few lbs.
Yeah, trying. Doing the cold plunge thing, and that seems to be helping motivate those fat cells a little bit.
That's easy to do this time of year.
Yeah. My trouble is getting it warm. It's down at 39 right now, and that's a little chilly. The hands start to hurt a lot when it gets down there. Yeah. The good news is you don't have to be in very long. It's like 3 minutes and you're done.
Who's got the phone ringing?
Oh, Joe, we need to maybe unplug the phone because, yeah.
Brian, I've been doing the cold shower thing, and
solid.
Jump in there, and my wife's and I'm like, Drah! And my wife's in the outs. She's like, "What the hell are you doing in there?"
Involuntary vocalization is a real thing for everybody here except Marco. He was born in the frigid water.
It can't get too cold for Marco.
Okay, true story. So the bathroom that in our, I guess, master bedroom, it still got that mixer with two valves and stuff in it. So not the one that you just
right.
So apparently the plumber explained to me that the ones with the regular lever and stuff, that is not affected by flushing the toilet or somebody else turning water on somewhere else. But this fucker that I have is very susceptible. So my showers, having both of my kids living here, and then the wife downstairs, she's doing something with maybe a dishes or something. It's like literally freaking contrast shower for me every day. And all I do now is just curse under my mustache like, what the fuck? And I just stand there and wait until the water turns warm again.
It looks like the crew's all here, so I've already started recording. So
all right, let's do this thing.
Mike may be joining us, Scott with Gators. But if he joins us, he joins us. If he don't, he don't. So
you're gonna end up looking like the Hollywood Squares.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Fun episode. Yeah, I hear you.
Sweet. Sound good?
So why can't we bring the balloons again?
Balloons?
As a background. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. I got rid of that shit. I'm on a new system now. So
it's too bad.
The balloons?
We had the balloons, like a wall of balloons, and in between a balloon would be our faces somewhere in there. But you really have to look for them.
Here we go.
Welcome to Season 6 of the Talking Lead AK KORNER, presented by Pioneer Arms Corp USA.
All right, we gotta get all that out of the way. So welcome in AK heads to the November edition of the Talking Lead AK Corner. Yay! Presented by what we think is a defunct Pioneer Arms Corps nowadays.
You think that?
We have
the jury
no
still
idea.
out?
the jury has not been verdicted to me, so I don't know what's going on. So until otherwise, they are the presenters until the end of the year because that's what they paid for. So I deliver, baby.
Keep pushing through.
That's right. That's right. So joining me is my co-host. You know him, you love him. He's a former Soviet Spetsnaz. He is a world-renowned chef. He is an author. He is a historian. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Marco Vorbiv. Marco, welcome in.
All right. Nice to be here again. But I don't think I match any of that description you just gave. But
well, the hat says it all. Show everybody your new hat. Take it out and play with it. I love it. Those are exclusive on Marco's OnlyFans. So if you sign up for his OnlyFans account, you're going to get one of his exclusive ball caps.
Well, just to give you an idea. So this year, AMA, it's now called Motor America, Superbike winner is Josh Heron, and one of his corporate sponsors is in fact OnlyFans.
Nice. Well, I mean, they got the money. I would assume they could probably sponsor any damn body they wanted to. I'm surprised they're not in UFC. Surprised Dana White hadn't let them do some sponsorships there. So, also joining us this special episode. This is our special shopping holiday episode. We're going to give you all the ins and outs on what you should buy or what you should ask for Christmas for the perfect AK gift. Is the pimp hand himself, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Paul Markle, student of the gun. Yay.
Hello. Yes, indeed, I am.
Howdy,
back.
Paul.
Welcome in, Paul. Glad to have you back. It's been
thanks for having me.
Rarity this year, but we're glad that we could scoop you up for this episode. It's going to be a fun one. Yes. And then also joining us is my right-hand man. He takes care of our social medias. He takes care of you guys when we're at the shows. And he's got his own little channel that he is growing. I say little, it's not little. Ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than the Flood Man, Evan Floodman.
Hello. Thank you for having me on this evening, Marty. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Excited.
sir. You've been popping out some pretty cool content on the grams. Some cool items there. What was that last one you put up? That one you put up today? It was pretty cool.
That's the Keltec KSG, that 410 came out with recently.
A 410, that's what it was. Yeah. Did you get ammo for that?
Yeah, I did actually. Got quite a bit.
It only costs twice as much as 12 gauge.
Yeah.
But can I say something interesting about 410?
I don't know, can you?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
But will I? Anyway, there's a dude. He is originally from Belarus or something, and he split to Germany like 20 years ago. And he is like this mad scientist and engineer. And somebody whispered, so he has a plant in Turkey, and he has a license to build shotguns, like a smooth bore.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody whispered in his ear and says, why don't you reverse engineer SVD? But he goes, well, yeah, I can only build a smoothbore. He goes, well, do it in 410. So this freaking guy did build a SVD clone that looks exactly like an SVD with the furniture and everything, but in 410. And then he asked my opinion on it. And I'm just going to go ahead.
And I'm sure you gave it.
Oh, absolutely. So anyway, there's an SVD in 410. I guess it's going to reach out and touch someone within 100 yards.
Kill a snake or two. So also joining this episode, ladies and gentlemen, is this like your third time this year? You've been a rarity also, but he's in a secret squirrel location.
Me. You're talking about me.
That's right. Secret squirrel location.
I'm on a location in an unknown location near an unknown location.
May or may not be filming a new TV show.
And the camera
ladies and gentlemen, with Ackless Defense, it's Joe Mo.
Howdy, y'all. Glad to be back.
Howdy.
Especially with this panel of guests.
Right.
I was gonna have to bow out, and then he said, "Oh, but the Marco's gonna be on." It's like, "Oh, well, I got to do it now."
Yeah.
yeah. No pressure.
He was gonna ditch us, Marco, and then when I said, "Oh," he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll join you then."
I did tell him that he says that you can possibly, probably gonna ditch us and stuff, and I told him make sure he gets on.
Yeah, there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Mo, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard rumors. The rumors aren't true. He is alive and well, doing all the magic that you guys expect him to do up there in Idaho with Occam Defense Solutions. He's bringing back all the goodness to our lives that we've been missing. Probably the most requested guest that I've had to get back on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Keeney, Occam Defense. Brian,
so nice to be back. Thank you for the warm welcome. It has been a gnarly year, but a good year. Had a close family member with a major medical thing go down. Happy to report they're better. And
great.
So, we still got some, you don't do the laundry for 6 months and it tends to pile up. And so still digging out, but, everybody's happy. Yeah, reasonably so. You're not smelling it right now. Joe, or somebody asked me earlier what smelled, and I'm like, I think that's me.
The smell of goodness is what it is with all the cool AK things that you're doing there. And we're going to talk about that definitely on the show. But we are glad to have you back. And yes, your family has been in our prayers, and we're glad that they were answered.
Thank you. Yeah, they most certainly were.
Very good.
Yeah. If I could give one piece of advice to everybody for their go bag, it is keep a Sharpie marker, a few pens, and a 5-subject notebook in your car at all times. Because if you know somebody who's in the hospital, it might not be you, it might be their close, whoever the caregiver is that's being with them at the hospital, a 5-subject notebook becomes an indispensable. It is your frontline prep for keeping that family member as safe as you can within the bounds of what you can do as just somebody sitting in the room. Turns out to be a ton. Like the number of times doctors asked to see my notes as opposed to looking at the hospital records were many. And if you get transferred from multiple hospitals, the odds of them, even with technology being as awesome as it is today, 0 doctors out of 5 hospitals could really look at reports from other places reliably. So being a good witness, as our departed buddy Yeager would say, sometimes that's the best thing you can do. That $3 5-subject notebook is like a really big deal with some pens.
The palest ink is better than the best memory.
Big time. Yeah.
So great advice. And that's a good way to kick off our list. So, first gift right there.
Can I lay some folklore on the subject?
Yeah,
Can I lay some folklore on this subject?
Absolutely. Russian
folklore. It's a saying, like everybody possesses that saying and knows about it. It's what's written by quill cannot be cut away by an axe.
That's really good. Yeah.
I like it. That's your next hat.
There's no innuendos in it.
I'm sure we can come up with one. We think about it long enough.
Mission First Tactical would like to extend our gratitude to everyone that came out to visit us during CanCon Carolinas.
Thank you.
Visit our website, missionfirsttactical.com, to see our full line of holsters, AR accessories, bags, packs, drinkware, and specials.
Mission First Tactical is the official tactical accessories provider for the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive 20% discount on all orders.
But I did a post like normal before the show asking for our listeners' participation, and we got a lot of participation for this episode. So we're going to do our thing, and we're going to jump into the questions because that'll probably take up most of our time going through the listener questions and whatnot. But this show is focused on, again, the AK aficionado and suggestions, tips, tricks during the holidays on maybe where to find those hard to find items for the AK enthusiast, or our suggestions on maybe what you could go and get outside the norm kind of deal. So we are going to kick that off. And like I said, Brian had a great suggestion there, notepad, and probably get you like a nice Write in the Rain notepad.
That's a good
and
point.
one of those astronaut pens that'll write any
upside down,
any direction that
or use a pencil.
or use a pencil.
The Russian way,
okay,
yes.
cosmonaut.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Pencil and your pocket knife. That's all you need right there. Perfect. But someplace you could go for that's probably
Oh,
like Sharper Image or something like that. They usually have cool, unique items like that.
Or Staples for number 2 pencils.
Sharper Image go around.
Walmart. Yeah, Walmart for that.
Oh, Walmart is good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that 2/6 of the panel caught that.
Paul, what are you holding up? What do you got there?
Oh, in honor of my boy Brian's return here, I'm holding my personal Occam Defense.
Yeah, that's
75 ODS 1775. Yeah,
I'm gonna one up.
This is the first time I'm seeing that paint job, Professor Paul.
What? Come on, man! I know I sent you pictures of this.
Isn't it just
And
like-
I know you're a dirty pirate hooker liar. Just
All right, well, whatever. But this was actually my first Duracoat foray into the Tiger Stripe, and I
it
thought,
came out badass.
What a better, gun to use for the.
Yeah, if you had a better camera, we could see it. So,
come on, man! Can you see that?
No, not really.
Let the court show he's holding 2 fingers.
Yeah.
I feel left out because I normally have mine right there by my side.
Got mine here.
Awesome.
Well,
so, if you guys want to ask, like, what's the ideal Christmas present for your AK aficionado in your life, that would be the Merc Rail. That would be the answer. The answer would be the Merc Rail.
Brian, is that yours?
Yeah, that's the kind of our, I don't want to say our claim to fame, but in terms of like big things that are special that do funny magic on the AK, yeah, it did a bunch of stuff unintentionally, but we were going for thermal management, really being able to just dump consistent. My standard was 1 round every 2 seconds for 3 magazines, because if you've done that, that's most of a gunfight. If you're, if you're not going to be on the international news, or you will be on international news if you're a civilian and you use 3 mags. So that seemed, and a round every couple seconds seemed like a good benchmark. So that's what we targeted. We blow the doors off. You basically, in most conditions, you will not need a glove after 3 mags. Of course, in Vegas in the summer, you need a mag just if the gun's sitting on the picnic table. Or sorry, I said mag, glove.
Glove, yeah.
A glove-free operation is the goal. And then ended up getting fantastic accuracy out of them as well, because it puts tension on the gas block, and which is something that the Finns and Israelis figured out with the Galil, was tensioning that. And then the Russians with the AK-12 ended up doing the same thing. and it has this bizarre effect on the barrel harmonics, much like, the barrel band on a Ruger 1022. It turns out if you have some tension on that block, tightens up groups like crazy. And then lastly, it gives a place to put optics and a bunch of M-lock. So that's the...
Do you have to
I'm
sorry. Do you have to modify the original gun in any way, like cut away the sling attachment or anything like that?
Yeah, we call it the quick and dirty. You cut the top off the front sight post, you cut off the sling retainer, and you cut off the rear sight base, and then it clamps on right where the RSB would go. So for us, it's about a 30-minute install to do everything above. We've got about 4 hours of install video on YouTube showing how to do that method. And most people, if they're at all mechanically competent and know how to follow instructions and go slow, never had any, I should knock on wood, but no disasters have ever been reported to us. And in general, it's a pretty quick install.
Well, can I suggest a better install method? Brian is giving me heartburn thinking all these AK parts are getting cut up.
See, I got a source for brand new, newly produced AK 103 parts, so I can cut and mangle anything I want.
Nice.
In any quantities, and not sanctioned.
Wow.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Here's the list.
Oh.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
That's something you want to put on camera?
Yeah.
So, Brian, with the Merc handguard, is there any AK that you suggest they not use it on?
We've got a list.
Zastava.
Oh, thank you. Zastava is, I don't think of those as AKs. Thank you, Paul. Any Euro AK, based on the Izvesh design, is gonna work pretty darn well. We have mods or different options. Like if you have a milled profile barrel that's 18.5 millimeter, you need a special option. But there we go. We have a special cutout version for milled or for the milled guns. There's a small interference with the handguard. So there's a couple ones that don't work, but in general, it's pretty clean. Okay. Definitely just email admin@occamdefense.com if you got a question, and our great tech people can answer it. And if it's super complicated, I can answer it. Okay. But people do that all the time. And like I said, no war crimes. Well, Joe might think every one of these is a war crime, but there have been no customers calling up in tears. That's never happened.
While we're on Occam's site, I mean, you've got a lot to offer the AK enthusiasts here, especially those that are into upgrading their AKs. Are you still doing the rear sight tower?
Sure are. It's right on the product page there. That thing, if you like a classic AK but you want to put on a rock solid optics mount for an aim point, that was the first thing I came up with. And it's got a rear sight at the Battle Zero setting machined in there. You can see there's a groove running down the middle of the pick. And so default operation, you've got an aim point that's kind of at the Unity. I was way early to the game of having a high height over bore with your optic, and nobody cared. And then my buddies at Unity made it cool with all their high speed guys. Now everybody wants it. So if you want to go back and do the vertical head orientation, not having to bring your head down to the comb, this is a fantastic solution. They are bulletproof. So that's a great way to go.
I put one of those on my Palmetto State AK.
Nice. How are you liking it?
Well, I love it, man. I did that years ago. Remember?
It's like blasphemy.
You remember? Remember way back when?
Man, not right. Yeah. in a couple months, I'll be able to remember way back when.
It'll all come back to you.
Still hungover. But we got sites that work on the Galil Ace 2.0. They're great. The guys who shoot for IWI competitively use our sites and win with them. They're great on the Merc and any of the railed AK stuff that's a full length rail will work. These will work great. We've also branched out oddly into the Ruger American in 7.62. Got a product called the Ruck, R-U-K. If you hit the search bar there, you'll hop into it.
That thing's actually probably my favorite product this year. I got one early on, and I actually did a review on it because I liked it so much. That thing is cool.
So talk about this.
So Ruger did everything right with the American in 7.62 by 39, except they used their garbagey Mini 30 mags that are expensive and unreliable and just gross. And somebody in the marketing department, I guarantee no engineer was responsible for that. That's the kind of thing that asshole marketing department people do. And we fixed that, and you can put Rock and Lock AK mags in. It'll also work on their Grendel, 6.5 Grendel Ruger American. Don't recommend it for anything weirder than that. You know, it works great with commie rounds, and that's what it's for. We have some a new thing coming out. I don't know if it's going to be ready for Christmas, but check social media, and we will be sure to.
Can you hint? Can you hint what it is?
I can do more than a hint. It's a little bit of a mock-up. We got two things to show you that are pretty cool. So this is the Rock on a Ruger American with our rear sight, with our PH2s, the ones we were just talking about. And our buddies at Clayco and Weapons Genetics did the Ruger Rusky and managed to funk an AK front sight on.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was like, we want that yesterday. And so now you can see I've got it. I had it off just before we went on, and I clearly didn't clock it right. But, you know, imagine that it's looking like it's at 12 o'clock. This guy is a billet, AK inspired. I know I'm looking like a monkey fornicating a football here. This is going to be easier now. Okay, so that's an M16 front post there. So you can swap in tritium or whatever you want easily. Just another, another AR or M16 sight.
Yeah.
It screws on, but also you'll notice there's pinning detents there. So if you want to be able to really go to town and cut down trees with this thing, you can put those, chop down trees, not shoot them down. Then you might throw a couple pins in there if you so desire. So we tried to make everybody happy here. We try to avoid clamps in general, but with the wide variation on the barrel diameter of the Ruger, doing a clamp was the only way to do it. So we went hell for stout with 4140, and heat treated threads should be fine. I don't think anybody will need to pin, but we just wanted to belt and suspenders the thing. 100% made in the USA, coming soon to a web store near you.
That is awesome.
That's really cool. Hey, so Brian, does that ruck system work in the Gen 2? Because I'm assuming that was a Gen 2 that you had there, right?
Gen 1 and Gen 2, as long as it has the magwell that will actually come out, like bottom metal, then you're good to go. There's some very early Gen 1s that are not compatible. Details are on the website for that. But yeah, if it looks, there's actually a big on the web store. If you already own a Ruger, there is a photo of what's good and what's bad. But Gen 1 and Gen 2, short answer, should be good to go. There's like a Gen 0. I don't know another way to put it. They made some whoopsies very early on.
That's Ruger.
I do have
explained Ruger. That's
their model. There it is.
Whoopsies early on, we'll fix it later.
I do have for those of us who This is still in a hot proto stage, but obviously we're missing a gas block. But it's ridiculous, but we just had to do it. It's super fun. So it's a Merc that'll go on the mini Dracos. So yeah, it's
awesome.
I'm super into it. Great place to mount an optic. These are a real problem for getting accessories onto. So you can put R irons, like what I was showing just a second ago. You can put a red dot. You can put a flashlight. So yeah, a little freshening to the Merc line here. I really like it. I don't know. What do you guys think about the profile? We haven't actually showed it to anybody yet.
It looks great, man.
Pretty good. Yeah, it looks good. So is there enough room to
hold on to it?
Brian, is there enough room for top cover to be removed, or?
Yeah, let me demo that here. That's with all of our cantilevers are like this. Sometimes it's a little more work to get it back on, but I'm more concerned about field stripping when I've got a malfunction than I am about getting the top cover back on. This one might need a little fiddling. We're sort of what's going on. It's prototype, but can promise you that getting them all off on
the Draco,
any Merc does not impede the dust cover. Yeah, there are no Mercs which are a problem for this.
Yeah, Midwest Industries Alpha line. He sent me those the long and the short one to kind of test and play around. And that's the first thing I noticed in the short version, which is kind of similar to what you have. It was impossible to put the top cover back on. Take off, no problem, but put it back on. And what we wind up with changing there, or he wind up changing that. What the fuck is that? That's not it. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know who made these. That's for the Pioneer.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here. Hang on just a sec.
Oh, is that the Atero mount? Atero arms, maybe?
So here's the short Alpha. And what I wind up doing is just machining a little bit more space underneath this thing.
Yeah, got it.
And then all it needed maybe less than a millimeter for top cover, just to give that, to have that play where you can bump it up a little bit and push it into that thingy. Yeah, into that slot.
Push that thingy into the slot.
That thingy.
That's not a creep there?
Take the thing and put it into a slit. No, okay, so here I go again with innuendos. Those of you who've flown into Hartsfield International Airport in Atlanta and may have to stay a night somewhere in that area, there's a place, seafood place, like a crab boil type of thing called Spun Divots. It's like a bucket of steamed stuff. They give it to you. It's very popular with pilots and flight attendants. So we used to hold our sales meetings in that one of those Westins and Marriotts nearby. So we would go there, and at the time I was like 20 something, and I thought that it was a great idea to get my wife a T-shirt that says "Crack my slit and suck me raw," something like that. So I brought it home and I said, "Hon, I got you something." And I'm holding this thing up, and I see her face just change, and she looked at me like I was like a retarded, like when I went a full retard. That was terrible. I mean, she threw that thing in the garbage, and it took me a while to figure out what was wrong, and I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah. Is your wife American or Russian?
Yeah, American.
Okay. Yeah, that you failed the test, man.
Oh my God, miserably. But you know what?
It's the thought that counts. That's.
I think that was the problem, Marty. That was the problem right there.
But still, she still owes me for something, big time. When we lived in New York, and Crying Game came out, and I didn't know what it was all about, and she goes, "We gotta go see this movie everybody's talking about." And when the Twix and Berries showed up on the screen, on the large screen, I couldn't believe it. So she owes me for that.
I'm sure she will beg to differ for you on that, but I've got it pulled up. Is that it? Spawn divots?
Spawn divots.
Okay, there it is. Shuck and suck.
I'd like that shirt. That one's fairly low key, but still kind of fits.
Yeah, that's not
it fits
bad
down home. That's Louisiana. Shuck 'em and suck 'em. Pop the head, suck the tails.
Brian, anything else on your website you want to feature? I know that we've got you for a short time here, so I want to maximize your time with us.
Let's see. Well, we've got apparel if you're on a budget, and gear and apparel there.
You need to up your game.
Yep, that logo there is always in fashion. I need to up my game. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
well, we're getting some help in, so I will direct them to fix our swag.
You just need to add two. Just add
Occam Lube is another perennial favorite and popular with absolutely everybody. One of my favorite customer segments with that is grannies, who use it for crafting. Any goo that you need to squirt out of a tube, you can. I've used them when I've had really deep cracks in my fingers in the wintertime. I'll load in not Vaseline, the good Vaseline like Neutrogena or whatever for when you got
a crack. Sure, that's what you use.
You put that stuff in an Occam Lube syringe, or if you're a wanker, could be good.
Yeah. Lonely times in the deer stand.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. If you want to put some doe urine in there for the deer stand, you can do that, but pretty much not for internal use, but anything else is good to go with this. And so if you like oil,
simple, easy.
Simple, easy, great gift. Under $20 shipped to your door.
That's great. That's a great stocking stuffer right in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's going to be on my Christmas list for stocking stuffers. I got a bunch of nephews, and they can all use some good lubricating devices.
I bet we're going to buy stock in the lube business. Brian, are you doing adjustable gas?
Oh, that's actually another. Definitely in our top tier of popular products.
Is that on here?
We do an adjustable gas block that is inspired by some old designs that work really good. And if you just type in adjustable into the search bar, we're going to get there.
Well, there's the gas valve for it.
There is. Yeah, we actually knew right now that the customers might want to know, or listeners might want to learn about, is that we now have a DIY version that only has the tiniest hole, so you can drill it up to exactly the size that you want. And we also have a high pressure optimized one for pistols and 5.56 guns that is just the smallest 3 holes. We added a couple small sizes in the bottom end of the scale. So got 2 flavors of adjustable gas block. One of them is standard AKM, or it'll go underneath the Merc, anything like that. And the other one is a combo block that has the front sight built in. Marco needs earmuffs at the moment, so he doesn't have to cry. Second from right on the top row, Marty. Combo adjustable gas block that uses an M16 front post, so you can swap in tritium or whatever you want. You may need to cut the post down a little bit, but works just like an AK, standard AK front sight, only better.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you got all this available now on the website, occamdefense.com. And shop now, shop early, because shipping and all that during the holidays is usually a booger.
Yep. PH2s we sell out. PH2s, adjustable gas blocks, rucks sell really hot, and so those are products too. We routinely have to go out of stock on those because of how well they sell. Our inventory is pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
But those do sell out. Lastly, we've got the B team, the sites that we use on the slight blems that aren't quite. We try to only ship jewelry grade stuff, but every now and then some dinged up jewelry shows up, and that's what we put on all our guns. Our guns are now all fitted out with the B team. They're very mild cosmetic blems. And so we're finally passing those along for retail sale. And so if you're a baller on a budget and you need some sights, check out the B team.
There you go. Got it right here.
Hey, Paul, does your 1775 have an adjustable gas block?
No, it doesn't.
Marty, does yours?
No, sir.
No,
mine doesn't either.
It was prior to him coming out with that, obviously.
How old is that?
I've had
block's like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
Oh, that's really new.
Yeah,
fairly new. So yeah, we need to get those guns back in and get them upgraded because it is really nice to be able to pick your bolt carrier speed. I learned that I was shooting with Travis Haley and he was checking out the original prototype and I had the can off it and it was perfect for me. I'm like, check this sucker out. Or he's like, what the fuck is that thing? And I'm like, it's a thing I made. And he's like, I want to shoot that. And so we got out onto the range and he shot it without the can. And I wanted to give him the experience of not having the weight of the can on the front end. Before I had one of Joe's really nice cans and was running something big and stupid and heavy. And he's like, man, the action's a little slow. Your bolt carrier's like laggy. And I'm thinking inside, like, I thought that was soft shooting and perfect. And I'm like, hey, why don't we throw the can on? Because I knew that would up the gas and up the bolt carrier speed. And he's doing his standard, like Captain America, like a bajillion rounds in half a second kind of thing. And he literally he was outrunning the trigger. He can move faster than the gun was moving. Throw the can on it, which boosted the gas pressure, which made the bolt carrier run faster. And all of a sudden he did 2 million rounds in half a second. And he's like, yeah, you got the gassing right now. And I was like, okay. And I could actually, watching him was the only way I would have noticed it. And it's discernible. So for beginner shooters and us old people, a lower bolt carrier speed can actually be faster because the gun will recoil less. The faster that bolt carrier comes back and hits end range, that's most of the felt recoil. I love a soft shooting gun and just laying it down nice and easy. And so as with an adjustable gas block, especially depending on the weather, really hot stuff, hot temperatures, your bolt carrier is going to run a lot faster than if it's -30 out. And so being able to pick the speed that you want to run at for the conditions you're in is actually way nicer than you would think it would be. And I would still call it optional. It's just a really nice option to have us. And if you're running a can, I'd say they're kind of required.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. We always get the questions like, hey, what can I do to my AR? And it's always like, I want to put a charging handle, I want to put a heavy buffer, and I want to put this, and I want to put this. I'm like, hold on. What's the problem? Well, it's too much gas. Well, adjustable gas block. Get the gas adjusted at the source rather than trying to throw Band-Aids at it.
Yeah.
So having that on the AK, that's going to make suppressed AK use way, way nicer.
Way nicer.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump to some listener questions here, and that'll get us going. What do you back it up a little bit? You're blurry there, Marco.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Herrera says that I could be the next ATF director.
You could be?
No, Herrera.
Yeah, whatever.
Brandon Herrera.
We're not
Me and Marty were actually just talking about this earlier today.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. So JLE Master 42 for Occam Defense Solutions to put a Merc on my Sega 12 is what he wants for Christmas.
Oh, I would love to do that. The Merc does not go on shotguns.
I miss Sega 12s so much. Man, we used to build those. We buy those by the pallet. I miss Sega 12s. By the pallet.
Man.
Not like a 36 pallet, but like the 112 pallet. Like that tall pallet of Sega 12s. Man, I miss those guns.
5 of them that time, didn't you?
We built so many Sega 12s. They're a cool gun.
The guys at Dissonant Arms, if you guys got the dough and you want to, buy a raced out one, go check out the guys at Dissonant Arms.
For sure.
That would
be building. They're building on Segas.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's slick.
J. Edgar Paradox. Ammo. Best scope sights for your buck. mags that fit a 5.56 Pioneer arms, and more ammo. So ammo, I mean, there's a lot of places you can go get ammo. Buy the ammo, just search around.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
So everybody
Ammo
heard of
Supply Warehouse.
Tela ammo?
Tela, yeah.
So they kind of stopped shipping since July because they ran into a lack of powder. Well, everybody did. But they just got their 10 containers of powder from China. So they're gonna be shipments of both 7.62 and 5.45 coming in.
5.45, nice. When can we expect that?
Probably January.
First of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
well, especially
Marco,
with Trump going to be ending all these wars, so that'll help.
So I hear a lot about the Tela ammo, and people are always like, "Oh, is it corrosive or not?" Do you have like a definitive answer on that? Because I personally haven't.
I have a letter from the factory, from Director General, that's endorsed by the guy who is in charge of holding company, that it's absolutely not corrosive.
Nice, that's good to hear. Appreciate that.
There you go.
Several times they even said that freaking, we're not going to send any ammo anywhere if any of this bullshit continues. But there isn't. And there's a picture.
There's a website called AmmoSeek that will do like the crawler and go to different websites, and it'll show you by price what the cheapest is. So that's a resource that you guys could use and maybe help you find. But it doesn't have every website on there.
Right. Also, price has come down, and I've been lobbying with the Azerbaijanis to drop their 5.05 price. So pretty soon it's going to be less than 50 cents, I hope. And the target is to bring it down to like around 40 cents around.
Who?
For 5.05.
Who is?
As far as the optic is concerned, if I may.
Wait, go back to the 5.45.
Azerbaijanis.
Azerbaijan.
I missed good 5.45. But Ammo Supply Warehouse, I think that's where I typically buy all my bulk ammo.
Ammo Warehouse?
Even as a manufacturer in a gun shop, I still buy personal ammo from Ammo Supply Warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, very good people too. Frank is a friend of mine. He is just outstanding guy.
Fast shipping. They've got a warehouse in Vegas, and they got one somewhere on the East Coast. I'm not sure where it is, but it's
Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah, it's always good pricing.
The best product they ever put out was their T-shirt.
Yeah.
And with the Stormtrooper, right? And then on the back it says Rebel Scum. And so we were at the Red October. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, there you go. And we were at the Red October in Vegas. And so both my son and I were walking down the strip wearing those T-shirts. It says Rebel Scum. And turns out that day, University of Nevada at Las Vegas lost to their competing their rivals, and they are rebels. So here we are walking, gloating on their loss, so to speak, without even knowing it. But anyway.
Anybody else got any ammo suggestions? Let me flip on Joe there. What are you showing us, Joe? Hornady Black 5.45 by 3.9. How much was it?
$18 a box. But I used to get the steel case 5.45, the Hornady stuff with that same bullet. Man, that stuff shoots so well.
So Joe, I actually written an article about all the 5.45 ammo like a few years back when Hornady first came out with that VMAX ammo steel cased.
Yeah.
And the 7 and 6 produced the most consistent groups. And then Barnaul and Tula were kind of in the par. But I really, really struggled to score like a legitimate group with that VMAX load and at 100 meters. So I eventually got it.
Lead?
I'm not sure
bullet
about
length.
that. Maybe
bullet length closer to something, but being lead instead of the 7N6. I think it's got a 7N6 profile But since it's all lead, it's probably all wonky.
It could be. But they shot the worst. Like I think the best group I got was about 4 inches, which was like wow. And but since then I bought a lot of it because some of the ranges don't allow you to shoot the steel jacketed rounds. So I use it for testing the machine guns at the local range.
That sounds super expensive.
Oh yeah, it was years ago.
Anyone else got any tips on the app?
No. One of the other features of AmmoSeek is that you can sort by brand, and I happen to have a bit of a fetish for Wolf Polyformance, just because it's so bloody consistent in velocity and headspace and accuracy. It just doesn't do me wrong, and it is banned from import. But if you can use filters to select for that. And there's still a lot of it around between 50 and 60 cents a round. And so if you're looking for a premium round, your go-to-war round that is going to cycle, that won't have any wonky stuff with it, they've got it. And in the window you got here, you can match the words and just type in Polyformance where match any of these words. Scrolling up a little bit, right there. Yep, you just type in Polyformance, and that's my favorite use of AmmoSeek as a search engine, because everything that's here has been here for 4 or 5 years. It's not generally large vendors anymore.
Yeah,
and they got the dollar per round over there, and you can
it breaks it down really nice.
Yep,
really
Lucky Gunners in my state. Lucky Gunners near us. I wonder if.
Oh, no kidding! You ought to head on over.
Yeah, probably give you a big deal. They don't have to ship it. Marco, you were going to say, so part of his question was optic scopes. So let's get into that. Let's talk about those. What are your options for that?
Okay, there's two things that I'm going to say. One is for those guys who married well, meaning to a wealthy family, and the wife has got a lot of dough, and she can spend.
I'm available. I'm single, ladies.
But anyway, Elcon Spectre DR with the reticle for 5.56. It would, or 7.62, depending on which gun you have. That would be an awesome addition to your AK, like a quick acquisition sight plus with the 4-power flippable to reach out and touch someone. But for those of us who actually have to turn in the cans to collect an extra cash, that would be Hilux, Hilux Optics, Hilux Leatherwood, and they make 2 kinds of AK specific 1 to 4 CMR scopes, and the reticle there has got an optical rangefinder, which I participated in designing, and it's already got the BDC for 7.62 caliber AK rifle, and those run under $200 or slightly over.
Is this the company?
That's the company.
Okay, and it's HILUX optics.com, and it's HI-LUXoptics.com. You got a pretty nice website there.
Yeah, they're very good company. Obviously they're from China.
I don't want to spin to win. Get me out of this. There we go.
But however, they're working on the first line that would be made in the USA.
What? Is that a lever gun scope?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me go back.
And check them out. What's the model of the? What's the model that you participated with? That's the poor man.
It's called the CMR. It's 124 by 24 AK designated scope.
Nice.
So they make reproduction scopes for those competitive shooters that shoot vintage competition. But if you go to Rifle Scopes, and I think there's like a tactical or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Go. So
tactical.
In the middle,
they have 124 by 34, but there's close to medium range. Maybe they made it CMR 1:8 24. I don't know if they make it 1:8 by 24. If they make one for AK. Oh yeah, they do. There you go. So oh yeah, because it's 1:8 now. It's $350. But basically, the reticle, the rangefinder, all the way to the right as you look through the scope, it looks like a cemetery. So it's like a bunch of these crosses, right? That go smaller, smaller, smaller. But the idea being it's 1.7 meters, the entire length of the cross. The crossbar, it's the, I forgot, it's let's say 42 inches. No, less than that. 26 inches or something, like average shoulder width. The top of the cross above that bar is 30 centimeters. I think it's the head and neck, and so on, so on. So if you can lay that cross over a human body, then it will give you the range. And sometimes you don't see the entire body, so you put the head or the shoulders. I see Paul over there already thinking about it. So and so on, so that's pretty good product. And the way that they did it, they kind of like, they bought the glass machines from Germany, and the first prototypes that came out, they already look like a modern scopes, and they really kind of keeping up with the times, so to speak.
Yeah,
awesome. So really quality stuff.
Primary Arms has a few good AK scopes that are 7.62.
They do
reticled. Yes. I've got a couple of those. Actually, I got it on yours, Brian. I've got the 1:6, I think it is.
Yeah, that's a really nice piece of glass for an AK. Totally.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
I like their micro prisms. Those are real nice.
A lot of fans of those. Yeah.
I have one of those somewhere.
Marty, if I could, since we've been talking about the various different scope mounting platforms like the Merc, etc., can we really quick touch on the fact that it is way better to use that option than to go to these aftermarket parts companies that want to sell you a dust cover with a rail on it?
Oh yeah.
Well, we've touched on that in other episodes.
Okay.
Because
we had a situation.
Marco has kind of beat that to death. So I think but let's touch on it a little bit, and then.
Well, the reason I bring it up is we had a person in our last rifle class who he's got astigmatism, so he wanted to run an optic, a red dot on his AK, and so he did that. He went online and bought one of these, dust covers with a pick rail, and his scope broke on the second day, and he was like, "Wow, this is what's wrong with this optic?" And I was like, "It's not the optic; it's the fact that." And I think Brian, we talked about this offline, and I'm sure Marco will probably is the amount of impact and recoil impulse and flexing that a standard dust cover on an AK is doing, and then you translate that up into your optic. That's not a good situation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 100%, Paul. 100%. However, what I'm going to say is that the best place to mount was determined by the Russian engineers back in the 50s, and it still remains. Yeah, side mount at the low left side of a receiver, one of the most rigid parts of the AK, and also out of the way of constant impact by the bolt carrier group and stuff. And there's a few where it could be stuck into a stocking for this Christmas. One of them is RS Regulate, that does pretty decent side mount that could be flipped and configured in different ways, as well as Midwest Industries, just simplistic one all the way to the right.
Now, this is RS Regulate. So again, I'm at Primary Arms, and this is a place where you can go and basically find all of these items. Right. Check the manufacturer's websites, because sometimes they'll run like blims, like Brian was talking about, and you get a better deal.
Right. Yeah, Scott did a good job.
That price is a smoking good price for that side mount.
For that RS Regulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
127. Yeah.
And then mid-end, yeah, that's the lettuce construction type of, yeah. That's one of my favorite, because it was, early on, and Troy hated out of the ballpark with that thing. And so I've been using it a lot. And it's $167. It's not bad.
Right now it's $167. Wait till like Black Friday or something, because you got to check these websites.
Right. But all of you boys and girls out there in TV land, don't be fooled by cheap imitations on the Amazon from China. Please do not fall into a $39.99 trap and buy the genuine article for a little more money.
Now, if you want to go to Amazon and buy something, this is where you can get those garden gnomes that are rocking the AKs.
This is an acceptable product to buy from China. Yeah, no problem with buying these from China. I would double down on what Marco just said, and I think listeners are familiar that it's not exactly a great time in the industry right now. A lot of small shops are struggling. I have friends that are in really dire need right now, and so I would say it is. I didn't used to say this, but in 2024, it's unpatriotic to buy Chinese shit off of Amazon that was designed in America and is still made in America. Okay. And so and I'm not talking about my business or anybody here, just as a general statement, if there are Americans trying to make great stuff for you, there are already a few businesses that have gone under and a bunch of other ones are teetering. And so this is the time where your dollar counts more as a consumer in the gun industry than at any time ever that I've been involved in the industry. And so you've got an opportunity to do a lot of good by buying the real thing in America.
And since we're in the White House now, bitch.
Yes.
So
in the House,
our
and
boys,
the Senate.
Right, our boy got back in, and he was all about bringing the manufacturing back to the United States, putting the American worker to work and stuff and doing stuff. And I'm one of those people who would go on my way to buy U.S. made stuff. So I kind of, ever since I was like, I first came off the boat and walked on the Miami beach back in 1989, and was given the $5 for mojito to bring him, and pocketed it. But anyway, solid film reference. But anyway, I would it's like support
all the way, definitely. Good point, Brian. Thank you for bringing that up.
And it just really is going to impact working people like everybody here. Nobody in this site is getting rich, or in this episode is getting rich doing this job. But the front line guys who are running the machines, it's very tight right now. And so you have an opportunity to help a fellow American in a really direct way in an industry you care about. And so just think of that before you go to, Temu or whatever the hell it is.
Temu.
Right.
So
and just to kind of like, this is the main reason why, but just to give you an idea, give you a little push not to go and spend your hard-earned yuan on some piece of shit, or spend the dollars on the genuine article, is because I had numerous of those things, and I kid you not, 100% of them would not line up with the bore sight. So you had to use the files, you got grinders and stuff just to fit them onto your freaking gun. And by that time, okay, so here's my philosophy real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to go off the line here a little bit.
Why? Get back online.
All right. So why China has this huge freaking human resource and manufacturing ability will never freaking be a world leader. Any guesses? Well, the leadership of a country is measured in two things: tradition of innovation and tradition of victory. Like in conflicts. And we're not going to talk about conflicts, but innovation, right? China did not innovate anything, right? They didn't invent. There's Nobel Prize winners in any disciplines. And another thing is the reason for that as a mechanical engineer, the engineering. Oh, who's that? Hey, you cutie.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you. Oh, that's so cute.
Hi.
My girl.
Yes. But anyway.
That's Ellie.
Hi.
Sweetheart.
Hi, Dwight Settle with Seal One. We've had some questions about our different products. So our CLP Plus comes in a paste, a liquid, an aerosol, pre-saturated board patches, and cloths. Now they all do the same thing, just different methods of delivery. Our product is you're putting it on, you're wiping it off. It's designed to work best when it has all been removed from the surface. We're safe on all metals, plastics, composites, rubber, wood, leather. It works on them all.
Seal One is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for a 25% off discount.
Back to ragging on China. Anyway, so the engineering as a mechanical engineer, there's two things in engineering as a base. One is the material, and two is calculation of forces, right? Applied. So the material is backbone of all engineering. You got to know before you design something how this piece of whatever is going to work once you put it in work and design. China never learned that. So they always, like all of their aluminum stuff, is soft as butter. The steel, once it's the heat applied, it bends like you would not believe. So they possess no theory of material. So therefore, by default, it's substandard. And I digress.
The one area where I will very briefly disagree, and I think it should be a cautionary tale to the U.S., is the drone industry. That China has innovated and leads in the drone industry to the point where the U.S. there is basically no U.S. company that has a chance to compete against DJI.
Well, I agree with you, Brian, but DJI was not invented in China. It was their place for manufacturing because the cost of manufacturing, because majority of it is a plastic. I have one. It's extremely cheap.
Fair enough.
So back to our shopping guide. Any more optics
DJI
anyone recommends? Optics, scopes.
I think we hit on the primary arms and Hilux, and obviously EOTech.
Oh, you can't even buy that anymore.
So I saw John
on eBay. You can get them on eBay, Joe.
All at CanCon. So I went to CanCon, and John with EOTech was there.
Oh, nice!
It was good seeing him. So for those who hadn't heard about CanCon, check it out. It was a good time. I had a lot of our listeners that came out, and Mission First Tactical hooked you guys up. So we gave away a lot of cool swag there at CanCon.
Stocking stuffers.
Stocking stuffers. Paul Marco's book.
Is that a new book?
Oh, I wrote this last year. If you have a rifle person in your life, or you are a rifle person, this is an inexpensive stocking stuffer, the martial application of the rifle.
And where can I go get that, Paul?
Well, you can get that at shopsotg.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
Paul, do you have a bulk price on the library, on your bibliography?
Yeah. Actually, we do. We sell them to, like, for instance,
I'm sorry. One dude wants to buy every book you've written.
I think it ships on a pallet.
Like the Star Wars movies, you can get them all in one box set.
I've been buying them for my children and assembling. Each of them has a Paul Markle library, and they get a new book at least once a year, sometimes twice. Cannot recommend that enough. Great line of books. And the Nicholas Orr series that Paul sells as well, fantastic. They're very solid doctrine and entertainment.
For those of you that don't know, Marty, you know that, right? That because we did the blood trail with Dave Biggers several months ago. Well,
we did a little book club, Brian. Little book club episode.
That is, and I didn't show up. I bet you invited me, and dang it.
You missed out.
Book 4.
I live in Michigan, so nobody invites me to anything.
of the Pipefitters novel series is out now. It just released on election day.
I really enjoyed that book you sent me, that, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
back to our questions here. So he wants to know where he can find some 5.56 AK magazines. Palmetto. Palmetto has
some ProMag makes them.
Tell me they're not Pro Mags.
No, this is a AK 1074 AK smooth side mag assembly 30 round. Doesn't say what brand it is. Doesn't look Pro Mag to me.
It looks very Polish to me.
Could be. I checked Atlantic. They're out, but they may have them in by, the holidays. But
Atlantic is always out.
They're always out of everything.
They advertise everything they have, and everything is out of stock.
Classic might have them.
Look for something Atlantic, it's out of stock.
Check on the Classics website there.
Arms of America normally has the Polish WBP ones. I don't know how they work because I try not to touch 5.56, but they look decent. Maybe Marco can chime in, but the price is right. They're $13. The stock is not. It's $0.
What's it called? Arms of America?
Yep, Arms of America, and the manufacturer is Whiskey Bravo Papa.
Yeah, Polish. The problem with Polish magazines that I encounter, they generally pretty good, but I gotta go to my shop to get one. This part of the magazine cracks on the plastic, and it becomes unusable. This part right here.
Yeah.
So semi-disposable.
On the back.
Yeah.
So it looks like this.
So it basically goes like this, and then there's misfeed.
WPB, the Polish $12.99, factory 20 round tanker WPB.
Gun Mag Warehouse has the Bulgarian for $16.99.
Okay. Oh shit, they got
Paul's favorite Pro Mag.
What's the one with the freaking view holes down there on the bottom?
This one?
Yeah, that one with the view holes. What is that?
That looks like AK-12.
Yeah, it's patterned after AK-12, but AC Unity is Serbian Croat, something like that.
But they make one in 505. I'll buy like 10.
Yeah, that looks like the one that Century is advertising with their BFT 5.56.
See, all these people, right? They think about this steel reinforced, reinforced. And they're talking about these two items right here. That and the latch right here. The steel reinforced comes at the lips, where that freaking Polish magazine actually cracked, not being a steel reinforced. That's what matters right here. Right here. Not here. This is just a latching and holding the mag. What is that? Palm? Yeah.
That's a Palmetto.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an X-Tech.
Oh.
The same shit.
What
are the feeding lips?
These are good.
Steel reinforced?
No.
Believe they are.
Then it's not a good
some
magazine.
of them they are. Some of the X-Techs have a basket, some don't.
Yeah, they offer a variety, so quit bad mouthing X-Tech, Marco.
I didn't. I just said that magazine was bad. I didn't say they were bad, but I'm just saying the magazine is terrible.
X-Tech took care of our listeners when Pioneer went under there and hooked them up with some nice prizes. So
see, Marty, unlike you, I don't have to sell my soul.
Wait, we just lost Marco. Marco fell off the feed. Sorry, Marco.
Yeah.
Your mic went out there. But fuck you, I don't sell my soul. I only put people on here that are cool and take care of our lead heads. So there you go.
Right.
So mags, look around, do the Google. I mean, it's going to be kind of hit or miss whether they got them in stock or not. But there's some good companies you can go to out there. And again, X-Tech has some great mags. These make perfect stocking stuffers, and they've got different varieties there. This one's really cool. They have the rotten banana. That's kind of their thumb up to U.S.
The banana clip.
There we go. Marco's got the money right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The unobtainium.
Everybody flexing the freaking.
I'm a Kami AK fan. It should be a Bakelite or a steel stamped. I really like Chinese flatbacks, but I don't know anybody's gonna be stocking stuffing with Chinese flatbacks.
Yeah, but as gifts, people who aren't gun people aren't going to be trying to find a Bakelite, right?
I would
go for something cheap and simple.
We're talking about Christmas, and we're talking about presents that you can get the AK. So that would be a great.
Well, Marco's selling Bakelites for $100 a piece right there. I mean, that's a good price.
AK lover in your life.
That's a great price.
Who's selling?
Marco.
Selling bakes for $100 a pop.
He who shall no longer be named.
The only Bakelites that I have, I got from my good buddy over at Ockham Defense, Brian Keeney.
Brian, are you giving away Bakelites for Christmas?
This was years ago.
I happened into like 20 or 30 that were new in the wrapper. And Marty got, I think, 2 or 3 of them, if I remember right.
I got
4.
Yeah. I loaded up. I knew better.
You know what's great is that I had to give my last one away on the Jaeger raffle gun, and so I now have 0. It's so I have Bakelites. They just don't look like the Bakelites you have that still have the inspection stamps on them and no scratches. So
right.
Yeah, love them for me, please.
2
All right,
for 120.
Brandon Ballistics.
So anyway, what I was saying.
If you have the money, get them an entire AK. Well, you will have to give them the money to be able to buy it, and then tell them that it's for buying that AK. So this guy's long-winded, by the way. This is Brandon Ballistics. But a little cheaper option would be a binary trigger for AKs or a bump stock for an AK once Slide Fire comes out with an AK model. Cheaper options than those, honestly, ammo. Ammo is guaranteed Christmas present, and everyone wants and will extremely be happy with. That's what I tell people to get me is ammo. Because I always, you'll give me something, give me some ammo. And he goes on, blah, 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 blah. Another reason that buying ammo as a Christmas present for your friends is because you can buy whatever amount of ammo that fits your budget. Great suggestion from Brandon's Ballistics.
Marty, I think Paul might still have his mic on if you start getting some crosstalk from him.
Okay, I'll go ahead and mute him. Marco is just getting belligerent, so Marco's off now. He's dropped off. He had to go eat dinner. He was getting hangry. Jerry Black says, I'm thinking Santa needs to bring me a shiny new AK-74, have the President Trump lift the ban on Russian imports and Russian ammo, and Santa needs to bring Marco a new bullpup of his choice because Marco just really loves bullpups.
And Jerry is a super good dude.
Jerry Black, yeah. And I think he's got one of your...
He does. Well, we took... he was in the class we did in Royal Range.
Yeah, he took that class. Yeah, definitely.
I really like Royal Range. Those guys are awesome.
Indeed.
That's
great
a great
place
range
to shoot if you're near Nashville.
Absolutely. Glautru, I would like for Pioneer Arms to have a new U.S. importer. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
I don't think that's how that works. That's a different situation on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, something completely different. Gerard Link, when is this going to be on Rumble? Well, if you subscribe, go subscribe to Rumble. You'll get notifications when new episodes drop. So you don't have to be worrying or missing out. Subscribe. You'll get the auto notifications when a new episode drops. And, I mean, we've been doing this for 6 years now, and it's the 15th of every month when it drops. So without saying you're a dumbass, there you go. Just kidding.
So wait, is this going to air in 2 days?
This is going out Friday. Yeah, it's dropping Friday.
Sweet.
Ray O'Shields, which Ray was at CanCon. We got to see Ray there. Ray came out and visited us at the Mission First Tactical booth. Yes, CanCon, South Carolina. It's a good time. You guys should go out to that if you've never been. One of the 300 blackout cranks from PSA would be nice. I mean, these people don't think small, do they, with their gifts that they want? You might want to check out.
We did open it up with a Merc.
That's right. You might want to check out Can Lock from Minutemen Provisions. You guys familiar with that?
Is it a silencer thing?
Oh, I'm going to look it up.
That's a perfect name for a silencer thing.
There's a cable-wrapped Nomex thing, and I'm wondering if that's what he's talking about.
Oh, wait. It's this right here. I've got one. Okay, I know exactly what he's talking about. So, yeah, I was like, that sounds familiar. So this is what it is.
Make your screen big.
That's what she said.
Make it bigger.
So here's their little QR code. So I don't know. You guys might be able to scan that from the Rumble. But it's a bungee, and it's like an M-lock. So these go on your underneath your
got it.
Your handguard. It's an M-lock. They got the M-lock attachments there. And then it's a bungee that you kind of cross-X, and you can cut it to length however you want. And then you can store your can underneath your handguard. So when you're throwing it in the bag,
that's very cool.
Even more compact. Let me see if I can.
I threw a link up in the chat if you want to hit that, Marty, and it will take you to a photo of what you're describing.
I got it right here. Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn their website music off.
Are you sure you're in the right website, Marty? You end up on I don't have any music.
You not have music?
Oh no.
Yeah, that was their website.
Let me try this link. That link worked great for me.
That was a thing. That was a thing that just happened.
Well, shoot, I can try.
That was definitely OnlyFans music right there, baby. There's a link you had for me. That's not it. Here's the other link you got for me.
Okay, I think I'm sharing now if you want to put that up.
I think I got it now.
Okay.
I used that link that you sent me. That was weird.
Oh, now I'm less confused. You got there. Okay, the link. The audio was not from the link I sent you. Got it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was the one I pulled up.
Got it.
Is that coming up now?
Yes.
There you go.
Now we got it.
Okay. There's the can lock. So yes, Ray, those guys were set up right next to us at CanCon, so I got to talk to them quite a bit, and actually gave them some ideas on some other products that they could implement with that. So
that'd be great for like I know it's like the end thing, but a tourniquet holder on a stock.
Big time.
Yeah, I mean, you could hold anything there. So what I suggested that they do is come out with like a hollow tube container like that, where you could store things like that in it underneath your rail like that. That was my $1 million idea I gave them for free.
I like that.
But yeah, inexpensive, $40. Fits any M-lock. And you can get a Mission First tactical bag. They fit nice and snug down in the MFT bag with your gun broke down. So yeah, that's a great suggestion there.
Nice.
Just young kids just had an idea. They're out in South Carolina, and they took their idea and made something out of it. You know,
that is awesome.
Kind of like Brian.
Yeah, that's America. That's what.
Well, I mean, you started with just that one product, and then you've grown to where you're at today.
Yep. It's just one foot in front of the other.
You just never know where it's going to take you. So,
and also you never know what's going to be a hit. You know, it's bizarre. There's this great physicist named Richard Feynman who's worth looking up. He had a book called Surely You're Joking, Mr. Feynman. That's a great way to get into physics with zero math and just think about the world and how things go together. Safe cracking, propositioning women, Los Alamos, Manhattan Project. It's a big whirlwind. But he had this great idea that ideas are like tissues coming out, Kleenex coming out of the box. And if one doesn't work, you throw it in the garbage and you just grab a new idea. You know, they're cheap.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something that ain't working, just ditch it and do the next thing. And eventually you'll find something that works. And then eventually you'll find something that people want to buy. It's super fun.
Good book. Say the name of the book again.
Actually, great stocking stuffer. Surely You Are Joking. It's not as good as Paul's. Mr. Feynman, Feynman. Okay. And you can find it for 99 cents at alibris.com.
Cheap stocking stuffers right there.
Yep.
You get that for the whole family and people you don't like. So
Paul Markle's books are best bought at studentofthegun.com. And if you're lucky, you'll get a signed copy when you
shop SOTG.com.
Sorry.
I always get that wrong.
SOTG.com. Yeah.
B. Hurst.
So people could think, like shop.
B. Hurst says, how about drop Russian sanctions and bring in more Veprs and cheaper ammo, free suppressors for all, no NFA, better vet support, and all lead head wishes come true. P.S. If it's not too much, I need the rest of the parts for my LEO build. Leo. I just talked to Joe today, so just hit him up. Whatever you need. Brandon Ballistics again. Are you trying out for Mr. America B. Hurst? You need to add in-world hunger in those wishes. Yeah. Austin Whalen, a Trump edition AK-47 chambered in 45. 47.
No, hang on, 47. Yeah.
In 45. That's fucking great.
47.
Yeah,
an AK-47 in 45.
Right, because he was the 45th president and he's the 47th president. For those who don't get that. Boom, boom. Brett Badal, a Tabuk style rifle with a quality barrel and good optic mount. What's a good optic mount? Let's talk about optic mounts. We kind of did the Midwest, didn't we, already, and talked about the side mounts? Kind of did that.
We got the RST and then the Merc.
Yeah.
Actually, the RST is the first time I met Brian when he had that at one of Jaeger's SHOT Show parties.
Oh, yeah.
2011? Would that be about right?
A little later than that. That would have been 2014, I bet.
14? Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, we would have just been ACLS at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time. I was like, hey, this is really cool.
Nice.
And then the inevitable, hey, are you casting these yet? You need to cast these.
Casting in America is a trail of tears.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bailey Muller 80 says one of the new WBP USA 100 series rifles in 5.56 and a lot of ammo. So that's that company we were talking about earlier that Marco Sands got shitty mags.
Yeah. Has anybody shot those here? I haven't shot the WBP guns yet. I use their parts, and the parts fantastic quality. And I want to see how the guns look. But I've been extremely impressed. The number of inspection marks, that can be you can tell how many times somebody's touched a part. And in the commie days, there'd be like 5 or 6 proof marks, like stamps with funny shapes to them, that would show the inspection process. On WBP stuff, I see not only inspection marks, but like on every bolt, there's either 2 or 3 hardness test scars, and they look like tiny little pinpricks in the surface of the metal. And I double checked their hardness for years and then quit because everyone was perfect and I could already see where somebody else had already checked this. Their dimensions are always well within a thou on the bore that the barrel goes into. They're just, manufacturing wise, there's nothing to not like on their components. And so I suspect their rifles might be pretty good, but I haven't shot one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the WBPs. I hope. No, we read that one. I want that gnome. B. Her says. I put that on the post for the question. So I told you where to get. Go to Amazon. You can get those for cheap right now. You get the whole set.
Set of 6 or set of 4.
I think my wife needs those for Christmas. I think she's probably getting them.
They'd be great.
How big are they?
I think they're like almost a foot. They're like in this range, but I'm not sure.
Size.
If it says
6 of them for $40.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, buddy.
My grandbaby's waiting to eat dinner with me.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us. If you've got any parting words, suggestions.
Well, if you're a rifle person and you want some education,
I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Well, we're going to we've got a class coming up the end of this month at the Pro Gun Club in Nevada, in Boulder City, Nevada, a rifle class, and then we're going to have another one a year from that. But if you go to SOTGU, when I showed this earlier, one of the things that we're doing with our pistol and our rifle classes is as soon as you sign up, you get access to the distance learning home study portion of the course, and you get a physical copy of the training manual shipped to you, so that by the time the course comes around, you've already gone through the home study, you've already gotten the book, you already speak the language, talk the talk, and it vastly improves our training experience, because by the time people get to us, they already feel like they know something. So if you guys are if you're serious about it, go to SOTGU.com and sign up for one of our classes. That'd be great.
That was kind of going to be my Sunday punch at the end of the show, is like, and then training is something that you can get everyone. So yeah, good.
And I am a full boat paying alum. I paid full price for Paul's class, and I put him in the very highest tier of training that I've ever experienced. Just top. There's a certain point where you're like, that's just the top shelf, and it doesn't make sense to talk about who's better. And there's like 3 dudes that I'm not going to name that I put in that top shelf, and Paul is one of them. Well worth the money. Don't care if you have to fly a really long way. I drove 14 hours to train with him, and it was worth every minute.
There you go.
All right, Marty. I will tell Ellie that you said hello.
Give her a kiss for me.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you, Paul.
All right, Paul. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Paul.
So we haven't gotten to ACLA stocking stuffers yet.
We're getting there.
Oh, sorry. I'll get out of your way.
Do my damn show.
I'm sorry, man.
We will get there. All right.
Why is Evan over there loading mags?
Dude, I haven't had any minutes to do it, so I've just been loading my MP5
He's maximizing his time on the show, man.
Hey, hold on.
Dude. I don't ever get time to sit down.
You don't know how to load MP5 magazines, do you?
I mean, one round at a time.
No, sir. Absolutely incorrect.
Let's hear it.
All right, you got a mouse pad in front of you?
A mouse pad, yeah. I got like 3 of them over here.
Put your rounds on the mouse pad. Just put them on. Just put them on the mouse pad.
All right, I'm following direction.
Adjust your camera so we can see.
I'm just like a laptop camera.
There you go.
See, there we go.
That's fine. Yep. All right, just put a handful of rounds.
All right.
All right. is that mag? How many rounds that mag have in?
This is one of these cheap AC Unities, so it's 40. But I was just going to do like 25 in it.
All right. So here's the thing: MP5 magazines, you can put 32 to 34 rounds in it. Do not do that. All right. Now take that mag.
Okay.
Hold it upside down.
Be punching them in.
Punch it around. There you go. Just punch it. Punch it. Keep going. Go faster.
Dude, I had no idea.
Faster, faster, faster.
Well, I got to turn him the right way, bro.
You don't know. Look, you should be able to rotate your hand and get everything.
Okay. I'm losing rounds, but this is awesome. I've
actually got a tray. There's a company that makes a tray. Here it is.
There you go.
That's amazing. I had no idea you could do that.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah, that's what these are for.
Yeah. You have to line them up, though. That's pretty awesome, Joe.
Yeah, any double stack subgun mag, you can actually do that with 5.56, but the bullets are a little longer, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
But MP5, that is how you load an MP5 mag. That's like how it's done.
So this show is in honor of Peanut. Never forget Peanut.
Dude, whenever that happened, I told my wife that is going to catalyze the start of this. And sure as shit, it was a much bigger part of the election and was out there. If we hadn't won,
that
would be our battle flag.
A raccoon.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the raccoon's name? Nobody even knows the raccoon's
name.
Fred?
Yep.
Peanut and Fred. May they rest in peace.
That is amazing amount of government overreach and scariness.
Just another example. I mean, we could give all kinds of examples of government overreach, but
the cure is inbound. Hot off the presses is Tulsi Gabbard is going to be head of DNI, National Intelligence.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, Matt Gaetz for AG.
Yeah. Yeah, they
this
made that
party is getting lit.
Wait, so Tulsi is on the no-fly? Is that the one that's on the no-fly list?
Yes.
Pardoned.
Yes.
Pardoned. Can you say pardoned?
Man.
Snuggly Spetsnaz. I recently got a Sturmansky watch celebrating Gagarin's flight into space. Love the Vostok ones too.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, cool watch. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wonder how much that cost.
I was just thinking, like, how much does that cost? How much does that watch cost?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up while I'm reading.
What's the name again?
It is a STURMANSKIE watch.
Sturmansky?
Yeah.
Sturmansky?
Sturmansky watch.
Oh, used Sturmanskys can be as little as $80.
That's affordable.
And the Gagarin watch.
Commemorative.
Oh, it's actually quite beautiful. And they're around $400 to $700 from the looks of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's somebody you really care about kind of present, Definitely.
Oh, the logo is almost Breitling-esque.
I'll send you a link, Marty.
Okay.
They're gorgeous. I'm not a watch guy, but these are some of the most attractive watches I've seen on one page. Normally there's 1 out of 20 that I think are cool.
Very much, yeah.
And all of these are dope.
I received a gift
watches
of a Russian wind-up clock, a submarine clock.
Oh, neat!
And it looks just like that.
That would be cool.
It's got the same color, the same everything.
So you were talking earlier, Brian, about heat from shooting your AK. A nice pair of gloves.
Oh yeah.
I just use Mechanics. I like Mechanics. Camelback's got some nice ones. I like. I'll use Camelbacks. But what do you guys typically like to use for gloves?
I like the Victos, pretty decent, kind of expensive. I've ran like old Magpuls for years, but they're falling apart. But I like thin gloves with not a lot of like stitch lines.
So these from Cryptic.
Neat.
Cryptek, and you can do your phone and everything with those.
Gotta be able to touch the phone.
Super handy.
I'll be obnoxious and say that I haven't needed gloves since 2017, and so all my data is out of date on that, because the Merc, like, no bullshit, I haven't needed to buy a pair of gloves since before then, and I keep them on me. Your loadout should have gloves in it. I'm not saying.
But when you're hunting, that Merc gets cold too.
That's true. Yeah. Good point.
I have taken it hunting before, and that rail gets a little cold. So
going hunting for
nice pair of gloves, perfect gift for the AK guy. We were gonna have Scott with Gators on, but he didn't join us for some reason. But a nice pair of iPro
for sure. The Wiley X
Gators.
iPro. I don't know Gators. Sorry, didn't know they were a friend. If Gators for some reason don't work for you, the Wiley X stuff I've found to be fantastic.
Wiley X, our buddies at Tactical RX, the guys over there, they make great iPro. Thing about it is you can get prescriptions with Tactical RX, and Gators is now doing prescriptions also.
Big deal. That's cool.
Yeah, but these things are, you can overstretch them and they don't break. Metal, super light metal frames on these things, and they got all kinds of different styles. But I was going to let him talk about those, but he didn't show up. He was at CanCon too. Got to meet those guys. We're actually giving away a pair of these today to one of you who participated. So you will get a nice pair of Gators, and he's going to give you like a coupon, and you can go get whatever you want for that. So that's pretty nice of them to do that. So thank you, Scott, for that.
Heck yeah.
Was it Real Avid? You guys remember Real Avid? They make the tools, the AR tools.
Yeah.
They've got a nice AR cleaning kit, field kit. That's nice, compact. It's got everything you need to clean your AR. The rod, it's one of those that you can break down and put back together. It's got like a carbon scraper that comes with it. Comes in a nice little case. Perfect stocking stuffer, or just a gift. I assume they still make these. I don't know. I got this a couple of years ago, but it's pretty nice.
Solid stuff. Yeah.
Solid stuff. Ear Pro. Another great, inexpensive gift. Get some electronic Ear Pro for that shooter. Everybody needs more than one pair. I'm always misplacing or
big time.
I've got a good stocking stuffer for those, and they're like for everything. So whatever brand Ear Pro you like, you can get the silicone, the real squishy silicone ear inserts that they're softer, more compliant, and they seal better. Performance is better. They're more comfortable. But that's definitely in between like $15 and $30. But those silicone ear pads for any of them, they have them for the axles, for the walkers, for the ProTacs.
That's a huge deal. I had no idea that existed.
I didn't either.
The seal around the eyeglasses is such a big. If you're wearing ears for like 8 hours, it's sucks. And so I'm gonna check those out. Thanks.
Super compliant and really good seal.
What's the company that makes those?
I'd get them on Amazon. We use a lot of the walkers and the axles.
Yeah.
And they have them. They're $14 to $26. I got a 3-pack, I think, for $26 for all the guys at the shop, because all of our the
machining Howard Light, Pro,
all the Howard Lights for testing, the foam was all, or the pads were all stiff, and I priced out new Ear Pro, and it's like $30 a piece, or I can just get the new silicone ones, and now they're even more comfortable than they were brand new. But those, I'm a real big fan. I started using those. I've probably bought 30 pair in the last year since I discovered them.
Oh, wow.
I put them on everything. Like every pair of earphones that's at the shop, at the range, wherever I'm at, they're pretty much all swapped out now.
I was just going through the questions here to make sure
I've got a couple suggestions. So I think it really depends on who you're getting the gift for. So like if it's your buddy who's a shooter, you want to get him a gift. It's pretty easy, right? Because you guys probably shoot the same guns. You know what they're going to be shooting. Mags, ammo, mag loaders, which apparently you don't need anymore, according to Joe, for double stack MP5 mags. But so, for like, if I ask my parents or something, hey, I want like a gun related item, they're not going to know what to get me. If I ask them for a 9x18 Makarov, they're going to, ammo wise, they're going to get me the 9mm or vice versa, something weird. Right. So I think just finding those generalized gifts that kind of work for the gun guy, or like the, guys like us want to have things ready. So like iodine tablets for water purification, just a simple backpack, things as, you go to like an outdoor store, and they're going to get you something that you probably already have a bunch of. So if you give them like a specific item, like I said, the iodine tablets, I think, is a cool gift. The gloves, like you mentioned earlier, is a cool gift. But I think it really does come down to like who's getting the gift for you. Do they really know you that well? But one of the things that I really
want to get to know you all that well,
Yeah. One of the things that I like to give is the Podovich mag loaders. So this is like for your AK. These are awesome. They're kind of like more of a classy style to them with that wood design. I think that's an awesome gift. That's going to be something that's going to.
What's the name of that company?
Podovich.
Spell that.
Yeah. Podavach. It's got some stickers on there, but the U loader. So
U loader. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something
I've
like
seen
that.
I've never used one though.
I've seen those. Is that a wood one or is that plastic?
Yeah. This one's wood. It's just kind of nice, more of a.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
I have a wood old school one from 2015 that is still reliably loading. It has easily 30,000 rounds through it, and it's still running.
Is it from that company?
Yeah, same. It is.
Oh wow.
Whatever. Yeah.
Podovich.
What he just held up.
Podovich.
Yep.
Yeah, they're awesome. So
what else you got?
It's a cool gift. Another mag loader, the Yapula. So that's a simple one for pistol mags. Just those things that are they're going to stick around. When you give a gift, you want it to stick around. I love ammo, but it's one of those things that when you get it, you burn through it pretty quick. So it's kind of nice to have something that sticks around. I think the loaders work well. Like we already talked about, magazines are always nice to have. And typically when you ask someone who doesn't know guns, say, I want an AR-15 mag, they're going to they might end up with a Pro Mag, which we all know Paul loves Pro Mag, so maybe we can send him those. But just simple things like that. One of my buddies gave me
I do want to say this, back to Marco's, he was busted on X-Tech. I don't know that he's ever used X-Tech magazines. Yeah. These are quality magazines.
These absolutely.
I've had good luck with them. And I like Pro Mag mags because they make me a lot of money. we constantly have guns that won't run, that people bring in for gunsmithing, and probably 50% of the time it's mag related, and probably 50% of that is a Pro Mag, AR or AK or MP5. You just everything.
So another one is the KCI guys. I met them at the GOA in Knoxville earlier this year, and I know that they have kind of gotten a bad rap in the past, but they have done some redesigns on their mags, and I've been trying them out. I've got the 30. This is the 40, I think, and they even gave me one of their big drum mags to test out, and I've not had any feed issues with them so far. I mean, I've only put maybe 300 or 400 rounds through the different mags, but nice solid metal construction.
KCI actually makes one of the best non-German, non-HK MP5 mags. So if I needed an MP5 mag, I'm going to try and get factory German mags. But if you can't get them, the KCIs are the next best thing.
Yeah, and they are coming out with a 100 round drum for the 5.56 AK. So something to to be on the lookout for. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but that would be kind of cool too. But Joe, let's talk about Atlas. I mean, you guys
absolutely
have a whole website full of cool.
We do. We have slacked off a lot on some of our swag and our gear, but we do have the boom shots back in stock.
Oh, nice.
So that's our 40 millimeter case. So we're actually the smallest company in the world that makes Mark 19 grenade launchers. And there was always an ammunition supply issue. So we started making our own cases so we could function test it. And then we actually made some that fire reloadable. But we always had the little cases laying around. They look like shot glasses. So we started making the boom shot glass. And it's really neat because the base of it is about 3/8 of an inch thick. And it's 6061 aluminum. So you stick it in the freezer. It's type 3 hard anodized with food grade sealant. So you pull it out the freezer and you pour your drink and it instantly chills it. So if you got vodka that's not chilled yet, put in a boom shot and go.
Just say I'd go get mine, but they are in the freezer right now. So
we've got we got gray, black. We just got the blues back in stock.
That's my favorite. I love the blues.
Gunmetal. So we did just get a whole restock of those. We're gonna have a new batch of T-shirts. I was hoping to have them by now, but it'll probably be about 2 more weeks.
Okay, so in time for the holiday.
Yeah, we should have the of course the ever favorite weapons evolved and helmets evolved. Aclafet. So we'll have those 3. Those 3 available pretty soon.
I got the machine gun smile one too. I wear that to the gym all the time.
We were doing that every year. We had a different one every year. I think we have 5 different machine gun smiles. We may need to bring it back.
I think you do. Yeah, I liked it.
The suppressor industry has just been so on fire that we haven't had a chance to really focus on anything else other than just suppressors. These turnaround times are still amazing. I truly didn't think they would last through the summer, and now here it is just 6 weeks
end of the year, man,
from Christmas, and we're seeing trust approvals in under 2 weeks. We're seeing individual approvals again under 7 days, even some of them same day.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Before I forget, the guy who won the Copus, it's on the way. Joe's been busy. He hasn't forgot about you.
We actually, when did we talk about that? Was that yesterday or today?
I think it was earlier today.
I think the Form 3 might actually go through was put in today.
Okay.
So we might have an approval real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, we gave away a suppressor last time.
That's right. We gave away a Copus last time. Yeah. Definitely. And we got news.
Yep, you had the winner wrong. I think his name was actually Evan, right?
Is that what it was? Well, we're going to have another opportunity.
Fludman. Yvonne Fludman? Was that
Yvonne? The one? Yeah, that's close enough. I'll take it. That's what it says on the trust. I was gonna show you, Joe. Check out this shot glass. It's that old wood baton, 37 millimeter. I've got a bunch of them that I reload for my launchers. I don't have a 40, but they're pretty fun.
Yep. So that's actually
right there.
That's why we started doing it, because it was in Vegas, and oddly enough, at the same trip in Vegas, I saw the little swoopy AK AR mag loaders and fell in love with them. Those are super cool. But at the same time, they had the Vulcan shell, the Vulcan empties that are cut and turned into shot glasses. Actual live fired rounds that they were turning into a drinking device. These are the rounds that had like the depleted uranium and God knows what priming compounds for the heat tolerance. And you are not getting that out of that anodizing that metal. And they were selling these as shot glasses. And that's kind of was the catalyst of like, hey, we do this and we do virgin material. We're using food grade material, food grade anodizing. And that's how we are doing those.
You can get those boom shots for $25. So those are
you can get them in a 4-pack too. There's a discount for actually a 2-pack and then 4-pack. There's discounts, discounts.
Okay. Well,
image. We should have the image back up this week of the colors that are available. The image we had like the whole rainbow. We've done almost 30 different colors, and some of them were just like oopsies or one-offs, and we'll never be able to replicate them again. So I had to redo a picture. So it's just the colors that were available. Because inevitably, if you put something online, somebody will want that specific thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want that pink one with this tiger stripes. I'm like,
the rainbow.
Hey,
that
what
one
about
sat out? That one sat out on the weather for 2 years.
Like that suppressor right there. Yeah.
That's titanium. That's just pretty. We do that all the time. You can have that. You want that one? We do that one.
You want that? You can do that. You can recreate that. Well, let's talk about what you guys do well. You do suppressors. So
we do everything well, sir.
Well,
yeah, I was going to bring up the ZK22.
The ZK22 is actually a project that's rolling back too. So
is it on here?
It should be under products. Hit products, and there's its own tab.
There it is. So actually, after this episode, we have our bullpup episode. We're talking about bullpups, and we actually talk about your ZK22 conversion kit for the.
It's wonderful. It's a great little setup. They are out of stock. We do them in batches, and the batches go almost instantly. We are in a mold change right now, having the safety and the charging handle changed. And the safeties are actually going to be run in the next, if they're not run already this week, they'll be run next week. And then those should be back in stock very shortly.
Yeah, those are definitely fun. I did a video. The one that you gave me, I actually gifted it to a friend of mine, and we built it. Hydro dipped it and everything. I think I sent you pictures of it. Had the Johnny Cash, the flaming Johnny Cash where he's flipping a bird.
I don't know. I've seen that. I've seen that one.
Oh, I'll have to find the pictures of that and send it to you.
But it's the most ergonomic bullpup platform really ever devised. I mean, even the littlest person was comfortable behind it, all the way up to Zeke, one of the largest people I know, is still perfectly comfortable, usable. Yeah. All the controls are in one area.
Listening, it's kind of got the FMP 90 look to it.
The look a little bit, yeah, but it's actually usable. That's how it started. Was I wanted a P90 and couldn't. I mean, they're expensive back in the day. Whenever I started this was in 2009 when I started working on that.
And hard to get, yeah.
And I got a P90 and realized how terrible the ergonomics were, and just made it better.
There you go.
And then suppressors, we do suppressors. I mean, we do suppress technology. That's 95% of what we do. We can suppress any caliber, most firearms. We specialize in future-proof modular technology. So our customers are never left out in the dark for any circumstances. If we make a lighter, quieter core, you're always going to have the ability to upgrade to it. Our 22 can is the same tube we've been using for 12-ish years now. 13 years? About 13 years. And we're on Generation 3 core, and we're actually developing Gen 4 now.
Oh, nice.
And anybody that's bought our original 22 can way back in the old days, our current core and even our Gen 4 core that we're working on now will fit in that tube. So that helps with warranty repairs as well as upgrades. It sucks back in the day, you'd pay $200 and you'd wait 12, 14, 16 months for your can.
18.
And by the time you get it, it's out of date and the manufacturers release new technology. Yeah. So I vowed to never do that to my customers. So we will always have future-proof technology. We do a lot of OEM manufacturers, so that future-proof technology, you do see it elsewhere, because I mean it's great technology, but we're helping with those items.
There you go, and you've got pretty much every caliber covered here.
We can suppress any caliber, most firearms.
Full auto rated.
Full auto rated. Every suppressor is full auto rated for their intended calibers plus. Titanium, stainless steels. We do mixes of materials to make sure that we get the most usable, lightest weight system. but still robust and can work on anything. So our Sabre 360 is a good example of that. In the highest pressure area in the future-proof register section, it's a great stainless steel technology. And then as it goes forward, it gets lighter materials. We can get into the core and tube as titanium. And in the cap, we can get away, because the pressure and the heat's down, it's actually made out of 70-75. So as it gets further away from the gun, it gets lighter and lighter. So on a gun, it actually feels like a can that weighs half as much as it does, because the weight is back here and then it lightens up. So it really is everything that we do, there's a reason for it.
And I am a happy customer, paid real dollars for a Sabre 360. Absolutely adore it on my crank, but it works great on anything. But Joe makes an adapter that will actually hook up to the crank, that funny 26 millimeter by 1.5 or whatever it is. You still need to, grown-ups have suppressor alignment rods before they shoot rounds out of a can. So you want to check, because just because Joe did his job doesn't mean on an AK that things are going to be happy. Doesn't mean on an AR. I thought this was an AK problem. There's a ton of alignment problems with ARs as well. So get on. Hey, there's another great stocking stuffer. If you don't have an alignment rod, get one. There's 3 companies.
Rod?
Not hard to find.
Check rod.
Yep. And so anyway, you can strap one of Joe's Sabre 360s onto a well-aligned crank and have so much fun, it's stupid. And that lightweight front end that he's talking about, you can really feel. It's quite impressive technology.
Yeah, for AK cans, the Sabre 360 is the heat. A little bit overboard for the really crappy surplus ammo that a lot of people run. Lots of adapter options, so it's a pretty solid AK can.
Yeah, and it's hub compatible. This
is.
New word that got invented for 1 3/8 by 24, and so you can run a Sabre 360 with another vendor's QD if that's what's on your gun, assuming they make an adapter. So a lot of options with that can, very universal.
I'm super glad we finally settled on a name for that, because it floated around for everything, but we were actually the first manufacturer to use what's now Hub outside of Silencer Co. and Dead Air. So Dead Air so Silencer Co. did it first, and then Dead Air made the chemo that fit it. And then I really liked the chemo at the time. The chemo, quality control or something, but the chemo is starting to have issues. But that chemo was the catalyst of one of the greatest movements in the suppressor industry to a universal mounting system.
Yep.
So people, especially people that have pin and welded 14.5s or 14s or whatever, you're not stuck with whatever can that was. You can adapt it around. So I think the hub mount is a great thing. Some people don't like it because it doesn't allow that proprietariness, but I'm a big fan. I truly want somebody to choose their own poison.
I'm not all about the proprietariness when it comes to the cans. I hate that, because I wish somebody would go universal with that shit.
That's the hub mount. That's it. The hub mount is about as universal as I've ever seen in the suppressor industry.
Where's that at on your website? Where can I find that?
All the suppressors are hub compatible.
Okay.
All the center fire rifle cans are all hub compatible. Okay. Gemtech got close with the multi-mount, and our pistol system is multi-mount compatible. So it's Gemtech, us, Liberty, SWR. We all had multi-mount compatible mounting systems, but it was more for the 1 3/8 pistols and subgun systems. Nobody had ever done it for the rifle stuff, and it finally took off. I mean, it's had so many different names, and the hub system really, I like it.
Talk about this product I've got up now.
That is our Pugio pin gun. So that is an AOW, and what's neat and not so neat about the AOW is it's actually a $5 tax stamp. So that would be a good. That one's not. That one is all titanium.
Okay, a little bit more.
Here, check the. Go through the options. Can you set that one? The options on that one? Oh no, I don't think you can do titanium one on that one.
Carbon fiber. I can do 32 ACP, and I can do.
That's spicier. Holy cow!
Titanium.
I didn't know you were doing that.
Yep. So the bolt is actually swap caliber, so it's rim fire or center fire. So you can swap the pin or get you can buy an extra bolt. The breech face has both firing pin locations, and then all you got to do is just swap the barrels. 32 ACP is my favorite because it's basically the biggest bore that you can comfortably shoot. We did 380. It was super uncomfortable. Then we did 5.7 by 28, which 5.7 by 28 at recoil you can handle it, but the concussion in front of you is absolutely miserable. Any of the rim fires was a lot of fun. So they all come 22 long rifle, and you add your other calibers. Chris Green has been blowing me up, and every time this comes up, and I'm sure he's going to text me or something, he's going to want a 7.62 by 39 one. And I don't know if he would ever shoot it or whatnot, but I may have to make one for him, and then
just in case.
Then have a
big ass.
I'm going to have to have a waiver on that one.
Yeah.
But anything past 380 is absolutely unshootable.
Yeah, I can
9mm. Nobody shot. Not even Zach would shoot the 9mm one.
Really?
Because 380 was just over the top. But 32 is significant, but still shootable.
Yeah. Wasn't there somebody at GOA that had a pin gun, Evan?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the name of them, but
I can't either. Yeah.
It was just a 22 long rifle. I had no idea that.
Are you sure it's not ours? Because we're the only manufacturer of pin guns that's making them. And
they were
last 5 years.
They were in stateside. They were from a different country. I don't.
Like an Israeli guy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This sounds like it has a story.
He had them at range day, and he was letting people shoot them there. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Joe, can you keep, with suppressors, you don't want to have an extra core sitting around on your desk if you're a civilian. Is it okay to have more than one caliber with the pen gun in your possession as a civilian?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's the registered receiver is the receiver part. Where the spare parts for suppressor thing came from, I have no idea. That cropped up around 2008. But prior to that, you could have spare caps and replacement parts and wipes, and even like the spare non-serialized baffles. You could have that.
Well, where gun laws came from in the United States of America, I have no idea either. So I share your confusion on this matter.
So we got some time for a segue?
What are we segueing to? Because
so it's a really good illustration of how fucked up and corrupt the government is. Okay. How's that? Is that good enough?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the pin gun right there. So the pin gun it's a classification of guns called an AOW, any other weapon. Basically, It's a classification for firearms that don't fit somewhere else or that don't look like a firearm. This doesn't look like a firearm. If a cop sees it or law enforcement sees it, it doesn't look like a firearm. So also in this are like wallet guns and cane guns. When the NFA came around in the mid 30s, the NFA was there to actually regulate pretty much everything. Handguns, even semi-automatic rifles as new, they were trying to regulate those. But in the AOWs, cane guns, pin guns, wallet guns, those concealable firearms, as well as pistols, were all going to be considered NFA items. Well, at that time frame, all the Congress critters were running around with their cane guns. It was very, very popular at that time frame. They'd have either a 410 or one of the 45. I forget what 45 caliber was popular at that point. Maybe 45 Colt. So they were all running around with these cane guns. And when the NFA was put out and proposed, it was going to be a $200 tax stamp, 100% to be an exclusionary thing. Nobody could afford $200.
Yeah.
Well, the Congress critters there walking around with their cane guns every day in Senate House, in the White House, all around there, did not want to pay their $200. So they decided that AOWs were going to be $5.
$5.
That is the reason we still have AOWs at $5. Is because Congress
no
didn't
idea.
want to pay. They didn't want to pay what the rest of the people had to pay.
That's
for
really
their
interesting.
NFA items.
Joe for director of ATF.
I would absolutely do it.
Joe Mo for director of ATF. I mean, we need somebody like you doing that rather than this other guy that they're talking about doing. So. But anyway, we're getting out of politics. So let's do this. AcklessDefense.com. That's your website.
Yep.
That's another great place to go get some cool items, gift items. You want to spend that a little extra dollar and get the suppressors, you might as well. Some most affordable, best suppressors you're going to get from Ackless.
100%.
And then again, the wait times are so low now. They're so short.
Crazy wait times. Crazy wait times. And that's driven that suppressors are just not available anywhere. Like, so if there's a particular suppressor you want, you're probably going to have a wait more to get it in stock than to actually get it approved.
Yeah.
So right now, it's definitely fire time for suppressors.
So let's pick some winners now for our participants, and we had quite a bit. Some guys did multiples. So I don't know. I guess we'll just pick randomly, go through here. Was there like a statement or a question that really stood out that you guys liked?
I feel sorry for the guy that had that like 12 paragraph thing.
Brandon Ballistics, the
was
word
there
he got?
Punctuation in there?
Yeah, he put punctuation. He does this to me every time. It's funny. He knows that I go through there and I'll like cut half of it out and I'll blah 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 a lot of it. So he's wordy on purpose. He does it for my benefit. But so we're gonna give away Mission First Tactical dump tray. We're gonna give away, and that makes a great gift too. So you can custom print on these dump trays. Let me get my screen here. You send them a JPEG in and they'll put anything you want on there.
Super cool and very durable.
Very durable, very usable, not only just for emptying your pockets at night, but I know some people have told me they carry these in their vehicles, and they put their drinks and stuff on there. I use it for an armorer's tray when I'm working on my guns. The Seal 1, another great gift. And we're going to give away some Seal 1 to one lucky listener. And then the Gators, a pair of nice Gators. You're going to get like a coupon to go and buy whatever pair you want from Gators.
Dang.
What about the peanut patch?
The peanut patch came from the tray guys. I got that at GOA. They're not getting my patch. It's the only patch I got.
Oh.
But you can go to gunnuts.com and they probably have those patches there. That's their logo. That's actually their logo.
That's awesome.
So, but these trays make great gifts too.
They totally need to capitalize on that movement.
Reloading trays. They may be. I don't know. I haven't checked their website lately. But let's give away the dump tray. Evan, pick us a winner for the dump tray.
The number 8. Are we doing numbers, or are we just going off people?
I was just going to let you pick a person. Are you got Instagram up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah. Just go.
And the URL for Gun Nuts is gun-nuts. The straight Gun Nuts is not a place you want to go.
I'm going there.
Joe's going to go to that one.
My browser wouldn't even let me go in, so
it's a park. That's a parking. It's parked.
How about Rayo Shields? He wanted the blackout crank from PSA.
Ooh,
perfect. So you're going to get the dump tray, Ray. And Ray, again, he was at CanCon, and I had some stuff for him at CanCon, but he didn't come back to the booth. So there you go, Ray.
There you go, Ray.
I think Jim Fuller was the first person to do a 300 blackout AK. I wanted to do one. I was like, man, that would be super cool. Never did, but I think Jim Fuller was probably the first one to do it, the pioneer of that.
May have.
Sounds right.
The Seal
AK
1.
Granddaddies.
Seal 1 complete gun cleaning lube kit. I think I'm going to pick that one, and that's going to go to the very first one I read, JLE Master 42, because he wants a Occam Defense Solutions Merc on his Sega 12, and he can't get that because they don't fit it. But, I mean, Seal 1 and done, baby.
There you go.
Keep your guns clean, lubed, protected, and
minty freshness. We actually use the Seal 1 on our suppressors whenever we're doing the wedding. It works great.
I think they've come out with, or they are coming out with, a suppressor specific.
He was supposed to
product.
He was supposed to.
I don't know if that's.
But we're definitely really pleased with how it performs in our suppressors.
And if you want to pick some up, you can go to their website. You use the code LEADHEAD, and you're going to get 25% off, the best industry discount you're going to get from this product. So check them out, Seal 1. And then Mission First Tactical Leadhead, you get 20% off anything at Mission First Tactical. Their bags, they got a new chest rig that's awesome. Evan made a post on that recently. I've made a couple of posts on it for your binoculars or whatever, your range finders. It's a really cool pack. It's got the harness that goes around the back that crosses. You got your
they did a great job on it. It's in a different room. Okay. But they did a fantastic job on it, man.
Oh wait, here's mine.
A lot of companies are making those things, and they certainly knocked it out of the park on it.
Yeah. So this is it. There's the harness that it comes with. And then their Acro line of bags. Check them out. And the Gators. So the Gators I wear. So who wants to pick that? Brian, you want to pick that winner?
I do not have social media up. So I can't.
Yeah, 49.
Wrong job for me, man. Sorry.
There's 49 comments.
Yeah, let's
pick a number 1 through 49.
42, which is always the right answer if you're the proper kind of nerd.
Joe, I'm going to let you count since you got it up there.
1, 2, 3. Well, so if we have 49, 42, so
got to dig down deep into the replies.
Oh, wait. So we have reply. So do we count the replies?
Count. Yeah, those count.
So hold on, let me open
Participating.
That. Wow, Marty, you have some pretty solid engagement here, man.
Yeah, man. Leadheads are awesome.
It's 1, 2, 3. I think it's Mustang Perry.
Mustang Perry. Ride, Sally, ride.
Yeah, I think Mustang Perry.
Okay, Mustang Perry. There you go. You are the winner of the Gators iPro. All the winners, email me, talkinglead@gmail.com. Tell me what you won, and we're going to need your address. If you don't email me and tell me what you won, you're shit out of luck. You're not going to get anything. Evan gets it all.
Yeah, so don't be sending those emails, eh?
How do you like them apples? So there you go. So hopefully that helps you guys with your shopping list, and maybe you can make a list to give to your loved ones. Give them ideas on what they need to buy you for Christmas. I'm sure there's a lot of other things. So if you guys have suggestions, you can email me, talkinglead@gmail.com. If we missed something that you're like just obvious glaring at us that we didn't mention. Here's something I didn't mention is B5 Systems has a new furniture kit for the AK. That's pretty fucking nice. So they've got the foregrip, they've got the vertical grip, they've got these little rail covers, and it's got an aggressive little stippling to it.
Is it rubbery?
The grippies, yeah, those are. Yeah, the covers, the rail covers. But M-lock, so you can throw anything M-lock on those. And they sent me the butt stock, and I haven't put it on yet because this one is for a a 5.5 millimeter folding, and I need just the non-folding one. So I wasn't able to put that in, but it's adjustable.
Yeah.
It's adjustable buttstock.
So 5.5 is going to be for the Russian style trunnion. You got any Russian side folder guns up there?
I don't have any of those, so it's not going to work for me.
Step it up, Marty. Come on.
Well, it's super cool that yet another good company is making stuff for the AK. Super awesome. That's a really great signal. I love to see more. Obviously, we compete against that, but I love to see stuff.
It's polymer. Like it's polymer stuff. It's a whole different concept, but it's really nice. It's much better than the Magpul stuff. I can assure you of that. I like it a lot better. It's thinner. It's not as thick and bulky as the Magpul, and then you got that stippling on there. Easy to install, super sturdy. Yeah, exactly. They have pistol grips also. The pistol grips are nice too.
Marty, I gotta say, with the outfit you're rocking right now, plus that gesture, there's meme gold. So all the listeners, go back, watch the video, and screen grab this, and you have memes for
GIF.
days.
No, that needs to be a GIF.
That too.
Oh wait, okay. Here, let's take a quick poll. GIF or GIF?
GIF
is a GIF guy.
GIF is correct. I know, but I don't.
Is it? I thought it was GIF.
GIF.
Well, it's like Linux. If you want to.
Does it depend on what side of the country you're on?
No.
No.
Okay.
Depends on if you're on the right. It depends on if you're right or not.
I'm a hardcore Linux guy, and I do not say Linux because then you just spend the whole conversation explaining yourself. Yeah.
Another great gift from ASP USA is their flashlights, dual fuel, handheld flashlights, awesome stocking stuffers. So there you go. Awesome show. Thank you guys so much. Joe, we've got next month the AK versus AR episode.
That is all up in my wheelhouse.
The annual Battle It Out show. We've got a great lineup of guests that are going to be on that show. And this is going to be like our Christmas gift to you lead heads, because we've got suppressors that we're going to be giving away. We've got guns that we're going to be giving away. We've got more iPro that we're going to be giving away. We have a complete furniture kit from Mission First Tactical. So for those who are building their AR, complete furniture kit, everything that they've got. Of course, they don't do the uppers and the lowers. But I think we're going to get an AR and an AK. So what we're going to do is whoever has the best argument for why AR or why AK from our viewers, our listeners, that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to pick the winners for these gifts.
This is going to be good.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
You have to fail. You got to fail any viewer that says that the AR is better because they're more accurate than AK.
If they've got a good argument, then they're going to win. But we're giving prizes for both. So I want to hear arguments for why AR. I want to hear arguments for why AK. And I will let you know when that starts. But I'm also going to let people who don't have social media get involved with this. So you're going to email me, talkingled@gmail.com, and you're going to put in the subject AKVAR, and then tell me what team you're on. And you can't send me 2 emails arguing AK and then one for AR. You only get one argument, okay? I'm not playing that game with you guys. So just one and just one entry. So you send me 5 entries, I'm going to disqualify you.
What is the maximum word count, Marty?
It's just as much as you want to put in there, unless you're Brandon Ballistics, and then I'm gonna cap you at 1,000 words there, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's wordy, but no limit. But make it fun. Have fun with it. That's the whole point. But I will make a post on social media like I do before every episode. But I'm going to give you more time on this. I'll give you at least 3 to 4 days notice on the post to where you can go if you want to put it on social media. But those who don't have social media, email me, talkingled@gmail.com. And if you post on Instagram and you send me an email, that's not going to count twice either. You only get one entry per, but you can make as many comments as you want to. But you're only going to get one entry, no matter if you email me or you do the social media. But yes, Atlas Defense is going to put up your choice, I think, right, Joe? And they can choose an AK or an AR mag for the winner of that.
A mag, yes, a mag. Yep. Full committal on the mag.
Did I say mag?
Yeah.
Chinese bakelite.
Can.
Flat back,
Silencers, yes, you can have your choice of our phenomenal Saber 556, probably the best 556 dedicated 556 can on the market, or our Saber 360, which is I think is probably one of the best for AKs out there.
Yeah. Yep. Special guest that I know, Mike Pappas, is going to be joining us.
Damn.
So we're going to have Joe and Mike on this episode. That's going to be awesome.
I like Mike. Mike's a lot of fun.
They are putting up a can also. So there's 2 suppressors right there. I'm working on another company. I haven't heard back from them, so I don't want to say anything yet. But we may have a third one also involved.
Third suppressor company or a third company?
Third suppressor company.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be enormous. It's going to be great.
Fantastic.
Making AK Corner great again is what we're doing here. But I'm working on
how many thumbnails can you have in this thing?
I think I can have up to like 10 or 12 people.
Probably 12. I would think 12 probably would be it.
Even number.
Yeah, but we're gonna have this is gonna be the biggest battle ever. So I've got the guys from the AR-15 podcast, Dooley and his crew, representing the AR side, and then I'm sure Brian, you're more than welcome to join.
I will do my best. Is Dooley bringing his life partner with him?
Yeah,
the other fella in the Hawaiian shirt. Great. I love to beat them up every year, and so that'll be super.
Yeah. Evan, you're more than welcome to join. Obviously, you jump in. We're just gonna get as many people as we can.
Moderator. He can be the moderator.
And then you guys are the panel. You guys are the panel, and you get to vote on who the winners are. So as we go through and read the arguments, then you guys get to vote on who wins what. So it's going to be fun.
Well, I'm going to leave a comment and vote on mine.
And Occam will kick in a set of our sites, or if you don't have anything cool to put them on, we'll give you a gift card for credit in that value.
That'd be awesome. Yes, thank you.
Cool.
Yes,
great.
That would be great. But because we lost our AK sponsor, I'm looking for someone to do the AK rifle, and I think we've got the AR rifle covered for the winner of that. So that's just what I've been able to do here the past week. So there may be more stuff, So
it's such a good time. Like the content quality of that episode is always just
it's gonna be great,
glorious. Yeah,
I will be muting the fuck out of people. I think.
Are you gonna kick Marco off again?
If he goes on one of his diatribes again,
how many times have you kicked Marco off?
I just recently had to start muting him because he's just gotten worse. He's gotten belligerent. But bless his heart, the man knows his stuff.
Oh, I love that, man. Yeah.
Oh, and thank you for saying that. His book, you can get his book on Amazon. It's the AK-47 Survival and Evolution of the World's Most Prolific Firearm. Brian's got his copy. I got my copy.
Super solid.
Great book. Yeah. Yep. Super great book. Full of all kinds of information. But this is like the ultimate gift that every AK enthusiast and aficionado needs to have in their life. So this is like the number one gift. If you're stumped, get this book. Amazon, you can Google his name or just the title of the book. He's got a couple of other books on there too. But yes, anybody would be proud to get that book. So gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to do this episode. I really enjoyed it. Brian, it's great having you back, brother. We missed you. Oh, he didn't even have his earplugs in.
Sorry about that. What'd I miss?
I was just saying it's great to have you back. We have missed you, and we hope to do more with you as we progress with this.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see that too. And man, that ruck, whenever you introduced it earlier this year, and now you got the little sight.
I appreciated your bid
Show
on
that thing again.
Yeah, that ruck is.
I actually, while we've been talking, one of my guys brought me the blackety black version. Let's do that.
Front sight post.
That's rad.
Yep, and that goes on the front end
of the Ruger.
The Ruger American. Here's one in the white. So you can rock. I've lost my rear sight, but PH2 rear sight, peep sight, and then you've got an iron front post. Should be good from 25 to 500 yards, real easy, which is about the practical limit for 7.62 anyway. It goes transonic around there. So
Ruger needs to give you guys a percentage of every sale of their rifle now, because they're going to see a huge increase in the sale of those.
Well, it's a cool little project gun where you can do the Johnny Cash thing, a one piece at a time, buy the base rifle. If you're lucky, you can find one under $500 and then just stack parts on as you go. And you can come up. It's kind of like the Jeff Cooper or Colonel Cooper scout rifle.
Yeah.
You know, it really, you can run that bolt shockingly fast. We've seen some videos of people just kind of mag dumping with one. So if you're in a band state, that's not a terrible option for you. I'm, of course, a big fan of full spectrum liberty and doing whatever the hell you want under the Second Amendment. But if you like staying out of prison, the Ruger American is like really cool.
Yeah, I'd like to keep that off my resume.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it's a great item, man. That ruck. We sell quite a few of those Rugers at my store. And,
super.
Every time we sell one, I'm always like, hey, check out Occam Defense, because.
How much do those go for?
I think they're
556.
The rifle goes for around right in there. You can find a deal every night.
You can get the Gen 1s, because since the Gen 2s, nobody wants the Gen 1s. I actually like the Gen 1s better. I think it's a better rifle, but as far as metallurgy and finish and stuff. But you can get those for around $440, $460, because people are just clearing them out. And I guess I don't know if Ruger's still making them. I can't imagine they are, but there's still a glut of them out there. They can still pick them up for a pretty good price.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, those prices I'm speaking of are definitely for the Gen 1, and Evan is totally on point with the Gen 2 pricing.
Well, holidays are coming up, and people run all kinds of specials, so be on the lookout for those. X-Tech Tactical, really appreciate those guys stepping up and taking care of you lead heads to fill the void of those prizes that Pioneer left you out in the cold with. Use the code AK Corner 10 and you get 10% off anything on their website. And also AK K10 might work, but AK Corner 10 definitely should work. Our buddies over at Slide Fire, they haven't come out with the AK back out with the AK version of that yet, but they do have the AR version. Might be giving away one of those on that episode too. So
nice.
Slide who needs to be giving away all the Slide Fires?
What's that?
ATF needs to give all the damn Slide Fires back that they took.
Well, they supposedly destroyed them.
And here's a note for all your viewers: if there's everything comes up like that, whether it's the force resets or bump stocks, if they show up, just comply. It's not worth getting your pet squirrel euthanized. Always use this statement: I surrender this item under duress. And they will have to give you a receipt, and they have to hold on to that item until basically the world ends or the court case, if a court case comes up. So
did they video this?
You can, but I mean, if video would be good on that, or Ring doorbell or whatever you're using, but never give anything willingly. Don't keep it by force.
Surrender under
lie
duress.
about it, but surrender under duress.
Good tip. Slide Fire, you can use the code LEADHEAD, get 15% off on the bump stocks at Slide Fire.
They work with binaries
to do that, huh?
A Slide Fire binary.
Yeah, I did it the other day, dude. It's pretty fun.
Did you use the
I don't have an
Fostech?
SOT, so yeah.
Was
That,
the Fostech?
yeah, you know, like
Fostech to work.
We actually did. So Sean
I
Lindley
just
beat us
installed it,
to it, but we actually made
it's
we
not
put a slide fire on a machine gun
Okay.
to see what it would do. And Sean actually has some registered slide fires because he did it before. Because right now, well, I guess now they're okay, but at one point right after the cutoff date and to that, they were contraband items.
Right.
So even as a manufacturer that I can go make machine guns and make as many as I want, sell as many as I want. I couldn't possess a bump stock because it was a contraband technology. But Sean actually registered a couple of them as machine guns. He even got a variant so he could just like carve the serial number that he used in the plastic. So Sean is wild. He's wild, dude. But he knows NFA. Now, holy shit! If anybody needs to be the director of the ATF, Sean Lindley. That he knows ATF regulations and laws better than anybody, and he knows where the bullshit is and can probably get rid of a lot of that.
Nice.
There was a post today from GOA. One of their attorneys was on there, and he was addressing Congress, and I was like, "That's the guy who needs to be the director of the ATF." And then he'd get in there and then probably get them abolished, which is what we need ultimately. Is somebody who's going to go in there and just dismantle the whole damn thing.
Am I wrong, or can Congress just make a law that says the ATF isn't there anymore?
I think.
Like, why are we beating around the friggin' bush here?
Disband them, yeah. I don't see why they can't. But
oh.
Anyway, that's another episode. We'll talk about this stuff off air. Leadheads, we appreciate everybody, all the support. And like I said, next month's episode, go ahead. You can start emailing me those now if you're going to email them, but I will make a post like 3, 4, or 5 days before next month's episode for you guys to start posting on the Instagrams. So don't panic. You're going to have plenty of time to get involved with that, but shit tons of giveaways for that. It's going to be an awesome episode. Can't wait. I just thought that would be better than doing like one of those Gleam things, and let's just keep it with the listeners. Take care of our listeners.
I know who could give away an AK.
Yeah.
Look at
talk about
Marty's wall back there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Hey, those are staying where they're at. That's
that top one. Is that an RPK or is that a 74?
So Leadheads, great having you on. The bullpup episode is coming up after this. So we've got Senior Team Leader Garcia. We've got a British Army sapper on who used the SA-80. So he's going to talk details about that. And then we also have our good buddy Brian Seaver, who has some experience with some bullpups. He's in the executive protection business there. So great episode. Make sure you check that out. That's dropping after this. So until the
already filmed.
We already did it, but it's coming out after this. I'm dropping this first, and then we're gonna do that bullpup episode. So, but there it is, guys. Until next month, just start gearing up, getting ready, and look forward to seeing your responses to which is better, the AK, the AR, and why. So we are out of here.
1911.
Adios.
1911 is the answer.
Somebody just rolled
3
over
world wars.
their grave. I think Jaeger just rolled over in his grave.
She said she didn't our thing.